reading every book in Morrowind, and we found at the end of last stream, I took advantage of our achievement, our stunning achievement of reading every book from Baron Zaya. Only chance I've ever had to raid. Shame I couldn't do a proper one. No, that's so proper, Jay. You know, Jay Boddick channel was streaming for like 8 hours. Jay Boddick's channel is streamed for like 40 hours in the last 2 weeks, so I dig it. It's legit. It's only the channel where, you know, JDK is being leveled in in World of Warcraft Vanilla Edition. So, you know, big deal. No, I love to see you all. It's lovely to have you back. I feel like I want to jump into these books before we get sideswiped by
my time is precious, so
by
make
Kaizo.
it quick.
So at the end of last stream, I was taking a walk. I was tempted by our newfound freedom from that other bookstore, Balmora bookstore. May its name live in infamy. And I came down here to what is like the graveyard for our people. And what did I find? Oh yes, I found more books. We found a lot more books, in fact, and a lot more stuff to talk about, in fact. And so now we have a lot more stuff to read. Oh boy, oh boy. So we're on our journey, our seemingly unending journey, to read every single book in Morrowind. Yes, you heard me, every single book. We are about to start on our 69th book of about 250, and in case you were wondering, that is almost 30% of the way through. Oh my gosh, you're streaming again. Yep, Yarrowflower, right on schedule. Right, you know, I'm back. I wouldn't think to abandon the iios stream schedule just for a little thing like streaming twice in one day. Nice. Yep, welcome. Are there other objectives of this game or just books? I'm pretty sure once we attain ultimate knowledge of the game world, we will transcend the game, colleague. Our stabs will stab harder because they will be with the force of 1,000 books of lore. Yes, I can see it now. It will be. Thanks for summoning a cat from the cat hole, Lordy. Yeah, lovely to have you all. I hope you had a great day. It was nice here. It was hot here, but by my standards of where I live, but not too hot. And I am lucky because I have an AC unit pointed more or less at my face while I stream. So that is really the only reason why it's even possible. Anyway, it's lovely to have you all. We're going to get into reading. Big barbecue weather. Yeah, hot weather. Hot food on a hot day. Collie, it was good. Yeah, we have some people to talk to. Are we ready? Are we ready to chat? Are we ready to game? Ancestors. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Halalu. How can I serve you? This is Yarara Omain. Ancestors, the strongest of us live long after death, so that we may guide and protect our children and kinsmen. We speak of such strong spirits as heroes and wise women in our songs, sung so we may not forget their wisdoms and gifts. Background: I am Yarara Omain, priest and novice of the temple. Kamanatong, I don't trust you enough to talk about that. Daedra. The Daedra are our ancestors. Before the tribunal, we worshipped the Daedra as gods, but they didn't deserve it since they harmed us as often as they helped us. When they became gods, the tribunal became the protectors and high ancestor spirits. The good Daedra became loyal friends of the tribunal, but the bad Daedra remained foul and treacherous. Bad Daedra, tell me. The rebel Daedra. Yo, AK, welcome. Yeah, get snug. The Dark Daedra, Molag Bal, Malakath, Sheogorath, Maroons Dagon, in their arrogance and pride, refused to keep faith with the tribunal. We call these bad Daedra the Four Corners of the House of Troubles. A catchy name, really. And they continue to tempt the unwary into heresy and dark worship. When did we decide on four walls as the right number of walls for a structure, huh? Tell me that, though. You know? Good Daedra. Boethia, Mephala, and Azura are loyal friends of the tribunal. These Daedra are the good Daedra, which we also call the Anticipations. Hey, welcome, Keladon. Welcome. Malakath is more popular at parties, and Malakath is not popular. Wait, which one though? More popular but not popular? Welcome, Celadon. It's so good to have you. Yeah, I think there are other objectives of the game, but I really do anticipate that once we, you know, there's probably a quiz, you know, of some kind, and then they'll just grandfather us in. They'll be like, oh yeah, you get to skip to the credits, right? That's Sheogorath talking about Gigalog. Interesting. Curious. How very deceptive, Celadon. Morrowind lore. Imperials worship powerful spirits, but are they the right spirits? They are powerful, but are they good? We used to worship the Daedra, but now we worship the true gods, the Tribunal, and the Daedra serve the true gods in fear and humility. Necromancy is a loathsome abomination. Necromancers and vampires are foul and evil beyond reckoning and must be destroyed. Lore is its own reward, indeed, Cleavershaft. Indeed. You'll know all kinds of things about the world. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm gonna be backseating. I'm gonna be like deconstructing every single piece. So like I know, obviously, this ahoy there, Graham. I know obviously this place we're in is the place of ancestor worship where they put the bones of all of the dead Dunmer ancestors, which the Dunmer in Morrowind, but only in Morrowind, take very seriously. And that's part of why we're getting all of this religious backstory down here. I'm really worried that 9 Divines is going to show us 9 entries. Okay, it's not. The official religion of the Empire, the Imperial cult, worships the 9 Divines. The 9 Divines are the Aedra, Akatosh, Dibella, Arkay, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, and Julianos, and the divine god hero, Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. These are indeed powerful spirits, but they are untrustworthy and unworthy of worship. Knowing too much about Morrowind is absolutely the point of playing Morrowind. Yeah, I think I buy it. Other cults, the Daedra cult worship the bad Daedra. These cults and their worshippers are evil. It's a very simplistic dichotomy here. You think you're gonna enjoy it? I think I am. I'm already enjoying it. You'll visit the cities you read of. You'll plumb the Dwemer ruins and know the fabled artifacts you find. We will. I'll know all the backstory. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be so annoying. Pilgrimages. At pilgrimage sites, the temple maintains shrines commemorating sacred events. By retracing the holy feats of saints and heroes, and by contemplating their experiences, the faithful may advance in the path of enlightenment. Shrines are the 3-sided trioliths, where prayer and offerings are made for healing and blessings. Cool. The magic system seems to function on perception and belief, Celadon. Yeah. If you disbelieve it enough, you can actually resist its effects. How curious. How curious. I wonder if we'll find any lore that talks a little bit more about that. iios will never be annoying! Yo, hey Kim, how's it going? It's so good to see you. I hope streams have been great lately. I saw you've been playing Cult of the Lamb and other stuff. Lovely to have you. I hope you had a great Sunday. We did a barbecue today. I had a drink. I took a nap. It was a big day. Big day. It'll be like going to Disneyland after watching all of Defunctland. Yeah, it'll be like you're like an archaeologist, right? Yeah, we'll be like video game archaeologists, peeling back layer after layer of, you know, digital content. Yes. It'll be great. Cat, nice. Good spot there, Kim. Yeah, you see that tail? There's actually 2 cats in this room right now. Yeah, I'm so excited. Temple. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion of civilized Morrowind. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivec, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. Tribunal. Almalexia, Vivec, and Sothasil are mortal guardians who walked the earth, defeated the Dunmer's greatest enemies, the Nords and the Dwarves, and achieved divine substance through superhuman discipline and virtue, and through supernatural wisdom and insight. Tribunal Temple. Same thing. Okay. Almalexia. You had a debate about whether knowledge was an intrinsic good. Wow, Cleaver Chef, getting called out by deep philosophical discussions. Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all? And that's why nobody likes talking about philosophy. Well, most people. There's a character in Oblivion that drops some magic babble about it. Interesting. Very interesting, Celadon. Maybe we'll go to Oblivion at some point on the iios stream. I would have fun going to Oblivion after this. I would also maybe have fun going backwards in time and doing the Unity version of Daggerfall. We'll just have to see. She was in shade the whole time. We never saw direct sunlight touch her flesh. No, I'm here. Well, vampires are very real, so. That's fine. Yeah, definitely not a vampire, Weaver. And I would appreciate it if you didn't further that rumor. The Blessed Almalexia the Warden is one of the 3 immortal god kings of Morrowind, a pillar of the tribunal, and the patron of healers and teachers. Although, to be honest, being a vampire in this game seems pretty awesome. I kind of can't wait. So, like, we've already caught hints, right? So it's like, we need to get bit, and then go 3 days without healing our disease or whatever, and then we'll be a vampire. Won't that be awesome? Temple faithful and reverent guests may make offerings at shrines and receive in return a blessing. Nords. These people are our ancient enemies. Like all man races, they are of inferior blood, but otherwise are human in every respect. Are they capable of enlightenment? Do they have souls? Who can say? Sothasil. Lord Sothasil is the magus of one of the 3 immortal god kings of Morrowind, a pillar of the tribunal and the patron of artificers and wizards. Sothasil was the mightiest wizard and most wise counselor of the First Council, companion and teacher of Nerevar and Vivek. Sothasil is the light of knowledge and the inspiration of craft and sorcery. Vivek. Vivek was the most gallant knight and the most subtle rogue of the First Council. Sick. And so spells, we have like no gold left. I've spent all of my gold on books. Okay, anytime I get 2 gold pieces to rub together,
quickly, Outlander, or go away.
I'm spending them on my book habit, my debilitating book habit. Can anybody relate to that? Whoops. I'm pretty sure it's entirely coincidental that the first time I saw Io, she was playing Vampire Bloodlines. Yes, very coincidental. Okay, we have more of the same crap to ask her. Almalexia was the virtuous wife of Lord Nerevar and later the consort of Lord Vivek, ancestors. Recently, dead spirits know us well and do not quickly forget their living kin. They are weak but quick to guide and protect us. Are vampires just shiny in this universe, or do they explode? Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, why not both? They explode shinily. Who is your Daedra and what does he do? Yes. Quiz question. Are you A, a chronic liar, B, other attributes of the gods? There's so many of them. I follow the broad strokes of these different gods or spirits, but there's so many of them. It's hard to keep track of like what each and every specific one's deal is. Background. I am Lothino Halalu, priest and adept of the temple. Blessings. Most shrines provide common blessings like healing, cure common or cure blight disease, and cure poison. Vampires in the Elder Scrolls universe usually catch fire in the sunlight. Good to know. The Ghost Fence was created and is sustained by the divine powers of Vivek and the Tribunal. Ghostgate. Ghostgate is garrisoned by the Ordinators and the Buoyant Armigers, and House Redoron maintains a hostel for pilgrims. Okay, Buoyant Armigers. The Buoyant Armigers pattern themselves on Lord Vivek's heroic spirit of exploration and adventure, and they emulate his mastery of the varied arts of personal combat, chivalric courtesy, and subtle verse. Yeah. Yeah. There's Porphyria. Indeed, Celadon. There's no desire to drink blood. I thought there was some... I vaguely remember that there was some disease that causes it's like an iron deficiency disease that causes a taste for blood. Could be. I like the theory. I like the theory that there were vampires, but they died out in the something hundreds. But you could find evidence in human DNA. Yes. Yes, you heard it here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Twilight were good movies. I enjoyed the Twilight movies, unironically. Unironically, actually. Well, actually a little bit ironically, but Imperial law. Imperial cult. Imperial law supports and protects the Imperial cult, but the 9 divines are neither gods nor worthy ancestors. And their worship is just foolish superstition. Little secret. Don't be in such a hurry when you're traveling. Take your time. Keep your eyes open. Learn from your experiences. You're on the road to learn about yourself and the world around you. Are there even any... I don't... You know, until I saw Twilight, I never even heard of vampires being shiny. That just seems like some nonsensical Stephanie whatever her face's invention. Shiny vampires? Tut tut. The whole book series is just werewolf and vampire worship. My face went no iios vampire for all this vampire chat. You know, sacrifices had to be made, Collie. Sacrifices had to be made. You're on the road to learn about yourself and the world around you. See, Lithino Halalu is telling us how to play the game. Morrowind lore. Morrowind is an imperial province, though the Treaty of the Armistice lets the Dunmer Great House councils control most local government functions. Necromancy. Ignorant foreigners confuse our communication and reliance upon our ancestor spirits with necromancy. But ancestor veneration is holy and pious, while necromancy is godless, perverse sorcery. Ordinators. The Order of the Watch provides guards for temples and shrines. Hey, welcome, Abernt. Shrines. Shrines may be found in temples, at pilgrimage sites, or in ancestral tombs. Tribunal. Like loving ancestors, the tribunal guards and counsels us. Like stern parents, they punish our sins and errors. Like generous relatives, they share their bounty among the greatest and least, according to their needs. Tribunal temple. Same text. Vivek. At once brave and honorable, and cunning and devious, Lord Vivek is a rare combination of the virtues of a flamboyant adventurer and prudent statesman. Cool. Do you trust me now? No. Okay. Okay. We've finished talking to these friends. Yo, take a sip. Hey, thank you, Abernt. We have finished talking to these friends. Isn't that amazing? Now we can start in on our books. Yes. We have some books to read. So if I understand you correctly, there used to be vampires, but Homo sapiens had sex with them until they just became part of us. I think that the vampires died off. They didn't reproduce fast enough for some reason. Or they were all hunted to extinction. Let's go with that. Let's play Number Wang. Yo, Avarice. That's Number Wang. 9 months, that's Number Wang.
Is Number Wang. Thanks to
Thank you
for my sub gift.
Thank you so much.
Finally due today.
Avarice, that's so sweet of you. Thank you for subscribing. That's really generous of you. It's great to have a true, authentic Avarice Clarice sub here in the iOS channel. No, I really appreciate it. 9 big ones. You're now an iOS teenager. Yeah, Thor, do tell. Show me the chair, Thor. Show me the chair. Is it a frog chair? Did I just ruin it? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 books? We had more.
We're crab people now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought I had 7 last night. Maybe it's just 6 I have here. Hey, Professor Goddess, thanks for the follow. Oh, it's your multi-month sub? Well, okay. Thank you for your honesty. It's the frog chair. Froggy chair. Wait, there's an action shot of this chair. Oh. I see. It lurks in the shadows. Oh my god. You know, Thor, nothing, you know, you could... It's hard to take a cute thing and make it horrifying, but like I feel like this is what Dolly would think of you know, like frog eat share OJ Simpson crime scene or something. Yeah, thanks for sharing. As a teen, I had a poster of Taylor Lautner, Jacob the Werewolf, in my room. Nice, hero. Nice. Although, I hated the werewolves in Twilight, I have to admit. A 10 out of 10 on the picture taking. Yeah, it lurks in the night. The Doors of the Spirit. Shit. Yes. The Doors of the Spirit. All right, let's mark it off on our book sheet. Scooey. The Doors of the Spirit. Hey, welcome. I don't have an anvil. Pants! Pants! The Doors of the Spirit. This is our 69th book. Nice. The ancestors are among us. They are never farther away than the waiting door. The ancestors are not departed. The dead are not under the earth. Their spirits are in the restless wind, in the fire's voice, in the foot's smooth step. Pay heed to these things, and you will know your absent kin. Yeah, blogger. This is actually, this vampires dying out is actually a plot line in a sci-fi book I read. And in the sci-fi book, they revive the ancient vampire lines. And then gradually the vampires, kill all of the humans because they're, the superior species. So, pretty compelling stuff. Pay reverence through gift and prayer. Acquaint the ancestors with your affairs and with your comings and goings, with your blessings and trials. From the waiting door comes your protection. Heed the spirits who are the guardians of your hearth, teachers of wisdom, counselors of fortune, seers of fate. Hey, welcome, Paleontologizing. It's great to have you. How's it going? Each bone is a door through the wall of the world. Each bone is the road with wisdom and power the travelers. Each bone is the ghost fence that guards us from evil. Honor the ancestors upon your hearths, within your halls, in the community of your temples, in the solitude of your tombs. Guard your ancestors from beasts, from thieves, from profane priests and sorcerers. Let no creature steal your spirits, for the plundered hearth is diminished, and the plundered tomb is shamed. Live in one world with your spirits. Honor the spirits within and without you. Do not grieve for the dead. Take shelter in their arms, and pay heed to their words. Okay, nice. Will do, book, will do. All right, next up. Homilies of the Blessed Almalexia. H. No, not that kind of H. Homilies of the Blessed Almalexia. Beautiful. Hey, Claire, it's great to see you also. Hey, Kate. Oh, you chimed in earlier, Kate, but welcome anyway. The homilies of the Blessed Almalexia, Sothasil and the Scribs. Young Sothasil, while playing in the egg mines, saw a number of scribs in a deep shaft, and he began to cast stones upon them, snickering as they skittered and scattered, until one of the scribs, lifting its head up in agony, cried out to Sothasil, "Please, please, have mercy, little boy, for what is sport to you is suffering and death to us." And so Sothasil discovered that the idle amusements of one may be the solemn tortures of another. Cool. Wow. Yeah, informative and entertaining. Lord Vivek and the contentious beasts, a shulk and a kagudi, were strutting back and forth in a foyada, casting aspersions of one another's looks. "You are the ugliest creature alive," the shulk told the kagudi. "No, you are the ugliest creature alive," the kagudi told the shulk, for each thought himself the most handsome and the other the most ugly. Then Lord Vivek chanced by and settled their dispute. "No, you both are the ugliest creatures alive, and I will not have my pleasant sojourn spoiled by your unseemly squabbling." So he dealt them both mighty blows, shattering their skulls and silencing their argument, and went merrily upon his way. And thus Lord Vivek proved that ugliness is as much in one's manner as in one's appearance. Okay. Okay, Vivek, crazy person. the boiled Kagudi. It is said that if a Kagudi steps into a boiling pool, he will leap out immediately to avoid harm. But if the Kagudi is standing in a pool, and the wizard slowly raises the temperature, measure by measure, to boiling, the Kagudi will calmly stand in place until he is boiled. Thus we see that we must be alert not only to the obvious danger, but also to the subtle degrees by which change may result in danger. You don't say. iios fine. iios fine. The dubious healer. Once upon a time, a Telvanni issued forth from his tower and proclaimed to all the world that he was a mighty and learned healer, master of all alchemy and potions, and able to cure all diseases. Lord Vivec looked upon this wizard and listened to his boasting, then asked him, "How can you pretend to prescribe for others the cure to all diseases, when you are unable to cure yourself of your own manifest arrogance and foolishness?" Wow. Oh, fuck, got him. Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Sorry, I was just processing. So wizard comes out of their tower and it's like, "I'm so great. Look at all these things I can do." And Lord Vivec is like, "You're not so great." And then somebody wrote it down in a book and we paid cash money for it. And now I'm reading it out loud to you. The Gwar and the mud crabs. The Gwar were so tormented by the other creatures, they did not know where to go. As soon as they saw a single beast approach them, they dashed in terror. One day they saw a pack of Nyx hounds ranging about, and in a desperate panic, all the Gwar scuttled off towards the sea, determined to drown themselves rather than live in such a continual state of fear. A succulent Chinese meal? Hey, T-Cap, and welcome. That's a nice headlock, sir. But just as they got near the shoreline, a colony of mud crabs, frightened in their turn by the approach of the Gwar, scuttled off and threw themselves into the water. "Truly," said one of the Gwar, "things are not so bad as they seem, for there is always someone worse off than you." Wow, deep. I'm 12 and this is deep. Don't argue in front of Lord Vivec. Check, yeah. Reading between the lines, Claire, that's good. Our scientists are working tirelessly to bring back the beloved vampires. We're gonna open a theme park. Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing, Claire? Vampire theme park. There should be a horror theme park, like an official one though. Like, what's the closest thing to a horror theme park? I guess. I feel like most of them are seasonal. "Truly," said one of the Gwar, "things are not..." Oh yeah. A wounded Netch lay himself down in a quiet corner of his feeding ground. His healthy companions came in great numbers to inquire after his health. Yet each one helped himself to share of the fodder which had been placed there for his use, so that the poor Netch died, not from his wounds, but from the greed and carelessness of his erstwhile friends. And so it is clear that thoughtless companions may bring more harm than help. Boy, that Almalexia just has a real way with words. A real way of bashing you over the head with life lessons. Life hacks. What do you think they call life hacks in Morrowind? Life magics? Fellowship of the Temple. Yes. Okay. By Archcanon Toler Sarioni. Life hacks. I like it. I like it. I have been asked to write this guidebook for outsiders who are unfamiliar with the Tribunal Temple and interested in joining. All those who are earnest and who are willing to submit to the wisdom of Blessed Almsivi, Triune Grace, the saints, and the priests are welcome to the fellowship of the Tribunal Temple. The temple is the religion of Morrowind and Dunmer people, and has been for generation upon generation. With guidance and counsel of Almalexia, Vivec, and Sothasil, the Anticipations, and all the hosts of saints and of ancestors, the temple guards and protects the lands and peoples of Morrowind. Six Flags in October. Yeah. Delta, we need theme park advice. Yes, where do I go? I want a scary theme park. Yeah, what's the scariest theme park? You know, I'm kind of surprised. You know, it's like they have like haunted houses. I feel like haunted houses are like youth bait, right? And I feel like it's like I bet there aren't that many, like, old-timer haunted house runners. Is there? Maybe there's a subculture of people who go to every haunted house and they rank them. And they talk about them on forums. And they make their own haunted houses. Wow. I want to go to there. Those who follow the tribunal must have the personality to lead others and the willpower to resist the world's temptations. When violence is needful... Yes, we fight with staves and hammers, armored only in our faith. We study restoration and alchemy to heal the people, and mysticism to learn more of the divine. We must also study conjuration to speak with the spirits of our ancestors, and protect against those who traffic with the four corners. Those interested in joining the Tribunal Temple should speak to priests at the temples in Aldrune, Balmora, Molag Mar, and Ghostgate, or with priests at the High Fane and the temple compound in Vivek. I wonder if we should join the Tribunal Temple. I mean, we are Dunmer, and this is like the local thing. Maybe we should. Articles of Faith. They're usually a cash grab when a theme park has a space available. Yeah. Most attraction spaces that go defunct have a brief time as haunted houses of some sort or another before they're torn down or replaced. That's actually really interesting. Delta, I would read, you know, a thesis about this. You know, the historiography of theme park rides, you know, in the Midwest. I would read it. Articles of Faith. The temple believes that all Malexia, Vivek, and Sothasil were mortal guardians of Morrowind. Or at least I read a blog post about it. Defeated the Dunmer's greatest enemies, the Nords and the Dwarves, and achieved divine substance through superhuman discipline and virtue, and supernatural wisdom and insight. Like loving ancestors, they guard and counsel their followers. Like stern parents,
Clara
they punish
has
sin.
An extra
Wonderful
video for us to watch, Scoey.
Scoey, they punish sin and error. Like generous relatives, they share their bounty among the greatest and least according to their needs. This isn't even a video. It's a gift, Claire. Aw, thank you. Can I get the HD GIF? Holy shit. Look at these squirrels. Or chipmunks. Or ground squirrels, as paleontologizing would call them. Look at them cuddling. I think they're cold. That link left nothing to the imagination. Yeah, it was... You know, honestly, it's semantic web. It's actually very good SEO. Tenor. Props to Tenor. Yeah, thank you so much, Claire, for the cozy, cute little squirrels. Love it. You saw a news article yesterday that 4 people got stuck in the Scooby-Doo spooky coaster in Queensland on the weekend. Does that count? That sounds pretty scary, Collie. I kind of want to see what that coaster is like. I do love these YouTube videos. One of my favorite things about YouTube is recordings of being on roller coasters. It's like 70% of the fun to me. There's Fear Overload, Scream Park in San Francisco. I've never heard of that though, actually. That's interesting. They took down Disaster Transport. I remember that ride, actually. The building was briefly used as a haunted house before being torn down. I remember that ride. It was like a huge building, and you were always inside. I rode on that. You remember it too, Jay? Yeah. Nice. Wait, yeah. How do you remember it, Jay? Have you been to Cedar Point? Small world. Duties of the faithful. Your fourfold duties are to faith, family, masters, and all that is good. Oh, there's a Queens? Oh, interesting. Disaster Transport is notorious. There's a Queensland Disaster Transport? Curious. Perform holy quests and bring luster to the temple. Never transgress against your brothers or sisters, and never dishonor your house or your ancestors. Serve and protect the poor and weak, and honor your elders and clan. For those who would be wise, these sacred books will be of interest. Saryani's sermons, learn from the teachings of Vivek, and from the Archcanon's sermons on the 7 graces. Lives of the saints. Members of the temple who wish to be virtuous will model their lives on the lives of the saints. The Scooby-Doo one. Okay, sorry, I misinterpreted. That makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. And of course, Collie mentioned it, so that I should have put 2 and 2 together. I wonder how they got stuck. You know, immediately Holly, I want to blame writer error. Sounds like writer error to me. They probably, you know, they probably stuck their arms and legs outside of the appropriate space. Yo, hey Maxwell, welcome. Oh, I'm glad, Maxwell. I'm glad that the content has been good for you. Thank you so much for hanging out and saying hi, Maxwell. I hope everything is great. What kind of late night art have you been working on, if I can ask? I'm just curious. When I was a kid, I was like crazy about Scooby-Doo. I loved Scooby-Doo. The path to wisdom and self-knowledge is through pilgrimage. Those who would rise in the ranks of the faithful may retrace the steps of the lords and saints and gain blessings and learn virtue by suffering and overcoming hardships. I may have just read that paragraph and I have no memory of it. The consolations of prayer. Learn what bounties and blessing might be gained by prayer at the shrines found in temples and in places of pilgrimage and in the tombs of our ancestors. Close. Okay. Alrighty. Fellowship in the temple. Oh, we read that. I read that. The doors of the spirit, we read that. Homilies, we read that. We read all three? I'm just out of it. That's the package. That's directions. Paper. I feel like I missed one. I have to check here. Lives of the Saints we've read. Pilgrim's Path we've read. Consolations of Prayer we've read. Cantatas of Vivek we've read. Anticipations we've read. Okay, we must have. I must have read them. Nice. Okay, so now we are into the expensive books. These were really expensive when we had to buy them. The 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 14. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your spear skill increased to 6. Yo, sick. And like 12 hours of reading. This is the first free point we've gotten from any book. Well, from any book lately. Sermon 14. Yay. Yeah, especially the weird unexplained welcome to Alaska part at the end. I filtered that part out of my memory. You've been into watercolors recently. That's amazing, Maxwell. Cooking with Lord D has also been doing a lot of painting, and including some watercolor painting. Penline work is really fun, though. Practicing your flowers and mixing in some abstract stuff. Very cool, Maxwell. Yeah, very, very cool. Oh my god, there are actually 36 sermons. There are. Balrablarg, there are. The 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 14. Vivek lay with Molag Bal for 80 days and ate, though headless. Oh, what a picture that paints. In that time, the prince placed the warrior poet's feet back and filled them with the blood of the Daedra. In this way, Vivek's giant form remained forever harmless to good earth. The pomegranate banquet brought so many spirits back from the dead, so that the sons and daughters of the Union had much to eat besides fruit. The Duke of Scamps came while the banquet was still underway, and Molag Bal looked on the 7 penance with anger. The king of rape had become unnecessary, and therefore troubled for the rest of time. His legions and Kautas fell into open war, but the children of Molag Bal and Vivek were too elaborate in power and form. I feel like we shouldn't be reading these out of order. You know, we're reading them in the order we find them. It's half the fun, Blarg. Having no context. Being like, what? Half the fun, I say. The Duke of Scamps, therefore, became a lesser thing, as did all his own children. Molag Bal said to them, "You are the sons of liars, dogs, and wolf-headed women. They have been useless to summon ever since." The Holy One returned at last, Vec, golden with wisdom. His head found its body had been tenderly used. He mentioned this to Molag Bal, who told him he should thank the barons of Move like this, for I have yet to learn how to refine my rapture. My love is accidentally shaped like a spear. What is this writing? What is this writing? Filling in context later can be just as fun as getting it in order. Is this the book percent? It sure is, Rubik's. Welcome. Pomegranates are one of my favorite fruits. They're really good. They are a pain in the ass to prepare, but they are really good. Is this Gasm limericks? I don't know, Jake Feynman. I don't know. So Vivek, who had a grain of Ayem's mercy, set out to teach Molag Bal in the ways of belly magic. They took their spears out and compared them. Vivek bit new words onto the King of Rapes so that it might give more than ruin to the uninitiated. This has since become a forbidden ritual, though people still practice it in secret. Here is why. The Velathian demons and monsters that were watching all took out their own spears. There was much biting, and the earth became wet, and this was the last lap of Moloch Ball. Watch as the earth shall crack, heavy with so much power that should have been forever unalike. Then that stretch of badlands that had been the site of the marriage fragmented and threw fire, and a race that is no more, but that was terrible at the time to behold, came forth, born of the biters. That is all they did, and they ran amok across the lands of Valak, and even to the shores of the Red Mountain. But Bavek made his spear a more terrible thing. From a secret he had bitten off from the King of Rape, and so he sent Molag Bal tumbling into the crack of the biters, and swore forever that he would not deem the king beautiful ever again. Vivek wept as he slew all those around him with his terrible new spear. He named it Muatra, which is milk taker, and even the Chimeri mystics knew his fury. Anyone struck by Vivek at this time turned barren and withered into bone shapes. The path of bones became a sentence for the stars to read, and the heavens have never known children since. Vivek hunted down all the biters one by one and all their progeny, and he killed them all by means of the 9 apertures, and the wise still hide theirs from Muatra. The ending of the words is Om Sivi. You know, this is why they when they preach the sermons of Vivek, they do it in the original fucking crazy mouth language that it was, and they don't. That's why these translated versions are so expensive. Yo, terrible spear name, bro. Yeah, that's the wildest book. So we got it like we got spear skill. They're talking about comparing spears, biting each other's spears. You know? Yeah, so many questions, actually. That is the most out there book we have read so far. Sermon 14, huh? Alright, Sermon 34. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your unarmored skill increased to 12. Thanks. You know, that's more actual in-game experience than we've gotten in like the last 10 hours. Oh my, indeed. The same language as those dragon shouts from Skyrim. It is. Is biting a spear the same as like biting your thumb at someone? I'm not sure, Maxwell. Never cross the spears. Yep. Don't cross them. Yeah, right, Dick? Like, ugh. I bite my spear at you. And the King of Rapes was forever ugly to me. Forever icky. The 36 Lessons of Vivek. Sermon 34. No, it's King of... no, yeah. Yeah, not quite, Kali. That would have been a nice swerve, but nope. Unless it's just a very consistent typo. Maybe that's our new headcanon. Maybe we'll just call it the King of Grapes instead. Why Molag Bal, of course, is the King of Rapes, GM Rubix. You best pay attention. Then Vivek left the Ministry of Truth and went back to the space that was not a space. From the provisional house, he looked into the middle world to find the 8th and final and mightiest monster called Golga Mor Jill, and nothing more, and more. The wise must look elsewhere for this string of power. Vivek called to his side the Hortator, and this was the first time that Nerevar had ever been to the provisional house. He had the same vision that Vivek had so many years ago, that of the 2-headed ruling king. Who is that? He wondered. Vivek said, the red jewel of conquest. Nerevar, perhaps because he was frightened, became vexed at his lord's answer. Why are you always so evasive? Vivek told the Hortator that to be otherwise was to betray his nature. Together they moved into the middle world, to a village near where Vivek had been found by Ayem and Set. The 8th monster was there, but he did not act much like a monster. He sat with his legs in the ocean, and with a troubled look on his face. When he saw his father, he asked why he should have to die and return to oblivion. Vivek's big book of dick jokes to read when you're on the can. Yeah, bestseller. New York Times bestseller. No, this is actually like, we are witnessing Rubik's perhaps one of the best mythoses in video games. I am hard-pressed to think of a mythos that is as well developed as this. A horror-tater, yeah. With an H, blah, blah, okay. You're hard-pressed. I am hard-pressed to think of any series that has anywhere near this much detail at all. This is like an extraordinary investment of time and energy. And so all of this actually, it sounds like bullshit, but it actually, it's like intentionally cribbing, you know, like the style of writings, a particular style of writing, right? In this case, it's kind of like epic poetry, right? This is the epic poetry, like epic religious poetry about the gods that's like filtered through like verbal oral tradition over, you know, millennia down into these stories. And so they have like weird nuggets of what may be truth, you know, but we know a lot of these characters are like real things, real creatures who we might meet. So Google has nothing for biting the spear. You don't say, Claire. Thanks for searching. Adorned in purple cloth, I, the king of grapes. I do love grapes, Scooey. Knowing that it would have no real effect upon the game. See, I don't know, Cleaver Chef. I think it has a lot of effect. I think the game, by and large, is subservient. I think the Elder Scrolls series leads with the lore. I think that is its strength. You know, and it's like, this actually raises my opinion of Skyrim quite a lot. Because I feel like Skyrim actually shows many of the places mentioned in these stories and takes this lore very seriously itself. Reminds you of Tolkien's Silmarillion? Yeah, for sure. J.R.R. But, yeah. The 36 lessons are apocryphally told to have been written by someone who locked himself in their house and took a shitload of LSD. But actually, he was just a guy with a master's or PhD in theology or something, yeah. And on a shitload of LSD, you know? Cracked and jacked with his master's in theology. Vivek told the 8th monster that to be otherwise was to betray his nature. Since this did not seem to satisfy the monster, and Vivek still had a touch of Ayem's mercy, he said, "The fire is mine, let it consume thee, and make a secret door at the altar of Padhome, in the house of Boethiah, where we became safe and looked after." No, shoo kitty, no. Okay. The monster accepted Muatra with a peaceful look, and his bones became the foundation for the city of the dead, and on Narcissus. Nerevar put away his axe, which he had at the ready, and frowned. "Why," he said, "did you ask me to come if you knew that the 8th monster would give in so easily?" Vivek looked at the Hortator for a long time. Nerevar understood. "Do not betray your nature. Answer as you will." Vivek said, "I brought you here because I knew the mightiest of my issue would succumb to Muatra without argument, if only I gave him consolation first." Nerevar looked at Vivek for a long time. Vivek understood. "Say the words, Hortator." Nerevar said, "Now I am the mightiest of your children. Let this sermon be consolation to those who read it that are destined to die. The ending of the words is Alm Sivi." Okay. Very curious. And now I would be absolutely remiss if I did not play. Let me see this. Cannot. Okay, shit. I would be remiss if I did not play this video, which was put into the iOS music channel in the iOS Discord, which I just found so interesting. Wait for it. Yeah.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at me, everybody.
Whatever this
I'm
means.
So cool. I hang out with
Well,
lesbians.
guess what?
Oh. 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 How can you kill a god? Yeah, look at him go, nooper duper. How can you kill a god? Yeah, I mean a little bit, probably Peter Shoes, but I don't really understand how it's spoilers. So I don't really know why Dagoth Ur is talking to Nerevar. So. Also worth it for the jam. Yeah, I agree. That's how I feel. And also, look how well it's made. You know, they took all the Morrowind models and made it all vapor wavy and shit, you know? Oh, holy shit, there's a whole nother space up here. Cool. Can you kill a god? Intoxicating. What is this? Yo, Rubix. This is Morrowind Vaporwave. Reddit. 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 Okay. Nice. Books. No, it's not. I just wanted to play it. Claire. Can you kill a god? How can you kill a god? I just came back and I am confused. What are you confused about, Claire? Hey, Andromeda, welcome. It's great to see you. I just don't know what it is. It's a video. It's like a music video. Gosh, so good. Just so good. It's by this channel. It's called Young Scrolls. I wonder what the hell is on here. What else we got? Show me. Oh my god. Wait, what's this? Morrowind nerds go hard. I'm here for it. Yo, look at all this work. The Cyrodiil bops. Only the best music of the 30s and the third era. Sorry, I just need to hear it. This is an Oblivion one, the Adoring Fan. Oh god, the Adoring Fan is truly the worst. Amazing. Okay, okay. I can't sit here and listen to all of these because I totally would. Um, cool. Yeah, hey, SSX Summers, by the way, thank you for the follow. Hey, Hugan, welcome. Thanks for being nice. Yes, we are reading all of the books in Morrowind. One at a time, and also a lot of the text, too. Hey, Feldrello Saudry, welcome, my child. Do you seek to join the temple? Advancement. You are not a member. Do you seek to join the temple? Kwanatong. Duties? I cannot give you duties if you do not join the temple. Ghost Fence. The Ghost Fence is a magic wall created by the tribunal to imprison the evil Dagoth and his evil servants within the crater of Red Mountain. That was a creator called Young Scrolls. Young Scrolls. This is the creator. I guess we probably want to join the temple. My trade. I am a monk in mind and spirit. I am a student of the hidden mysteries of the unseen world that lies behind the objects and ideas of everyday life. In body, I am a student of the ancient martial arts, patterned on the rain of sand fighting styles of elsewhere. I pursue hand-to-hand and unarmored self-defense, because what you don't have, you cannot lose. I also train with the blunt weapons called staves, because even the poorest peasant can own a staff. To earn my keep, I train others in my skills, requirements. The temple admires those who have the personality to lead others and the will to resist the world's temptations. When it cannot be avoided, we fight with staves and hammers, armored only in our faith. We study restoration and alchemy to heal the people and mysticism to learn more of the divine. We must also study conjuration to speak with the spirits of our ancestors and protect against those who traffic with the four corners. Rules. Your fourfold duties are to faith, family, masters, and all that is good. Perform holy quests and bring luster to the temple. Never transgress against your brothers or sisters in thought or deed, as we are all one body. Your journal has been updated. Interesting. Well, I guess we join. I guess we probably join the temple. Join. You have a promising look. Perhaps we could use you. Do you wish to join the temple, or shall you hear our doctrine first? Let's join. I don't know. Maybe this will be a mistake, but let's join. Pass the blunt weapons, you know what I'm saying? Join. You are now a layman in the temple. Welcome, Sister Ios. I am one of several masters. You can go to get your duties, and if you perform well, advancement in the temple is not out of the question. Okay? Duties. Before I give you any other duties, you should prove your faith by making the pilgrimages of the seven graces. Join the temple. You are already a member of the temple, layman Ios. 7 graces. Take this book, The Pilgrim's Path. It describes where the pilgrimage sites are. After you have completed these pilgrimages, speak with me again. I should warn you that while most of these are easy, the pilgrimages of Ghostgate and the Ruddy Man are more difficult. You may wish to do those last. Interesting. 7 graces. You've been given a copy of The Pilgrim's Path. Simply follow the directions in that book to each shrine. When you have visited all of these shrines, speak with me again. Advancement. Your talents are noteworthy, but some question your depth of devotion. Perform more duties for the temple and you will soon be rewarded. Okay, we got a quest. You're just gonna join the first group that expresses interest? Lograblarg, this is appropriate to the lore. We are a Dunmer. We are a dark elf, and this is the dark elf religion, so... How could Dagoth be evil when he was just in a music video? Yeah, exactly, you know. Celebrities... Whoops. Oh, shit. Oh, I hit Q by accident and I couldn't stop. People who are popular couldn't possibly be evil. Tell us, Solvani, you're a new face, so what can I tell you about Balmora? I like to swap the latest rumors when there's something juicy enough to gossip about, or maybe if you have a little secret, maybe I have one to trade. Ghost Fence. Nothing can pass through the Ghost Fence except a Ghost Gate. Ghost Gate is guarded by ordinators and buoyant armigers at the Tower of Dawn and the Tower of Dusk. Little advice. Let me warn you, the quests for the temple at lower ranks are not too difficult, but suddenly, after you reach curate rank, the quests get very, very difficult. Don't be surprised if you have to do a lot of skill building outside the temple before you can handle the higher rank quests. These tasks are tests of faith, yes, but they are also tests of good judgment and common sense. Morrowind lore. Dagoth is the immortal evil enemy of the tribunal temple cult. Dagoth and his hosts are responsible for the evils that trouble the Dunmer and Morrowind. Okay, he just has some potions for spells. Heal Companion. Rest of St. Mary's.
Yay.
these are actually really quite good. Veloth's Grace. So it's funny to have... It's funny that they have so many flavors of restoration. It's actually very funny. I'm gonna have pepperoni pizza for dinner. Delicious, Rubik's. Congrats. No one dances for evil. Yeah, it's true. Like, it essentially makes it seem like you can buy a bunch of named spells, but they're all flavors in the spell system of different kinds of spells you could make. You should dress up this Halloween. You should, Hugin, you should. I guess we'll take those, I guess. The Vexed Tears, cured blight disease. What the hell? We just threw all of our money away, but now we bought all the spells. Boy, I cannot wait until we're able to break the money system in this game, so to speak. All right, so up here at the top, it's a nice little dome. Beautiful, friendly little dome. Cool. Oh yeah, I turned off the sound. That's where that is. It's like, it's so quiet. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna sell most of the books we just bought. Yeah, congrats, Rubik's. That's exciting. Go back downstairs. Sell these books. Okay, now we joined the temple cult, but we are done reading books in here. I say we go to the upper area of Balmora next. And you know, on the iOS channel, what I say goes, so... Get wrecked! Click, click, click. We want our directions to Caius Cosadas. Well, we're gonna meet him soon, I think. Take the homilies, we need a package. I read the Doors of the Spirit. I've checked this, like, twice already. Yeah. We've read The Pilgrim's Path. Oh, but they gave me the book so I could know where to go. I guess we'll keep that book then. Offer. Wow, we're broke. We're broke. Who should I be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Tasty, tasty pizza. It's a tough question. Okay. We get the hell out of here. Will you be nice to me? Will anybody talk to me about Kamana Tong now? I am. You know. Oh, we can rest here now. That's good too. Yeah, there's no fast travel. Kamana Tong, tell me. Yeah, tell me. Okay, well, they'll tell me now, but it doesn't really make a difference. It is 9 a.m. Let's rest for an hour, just for the hell of it.
Balmora, Outlander.
Yeah. Cool. I do have the expansions installed, Nooper Duper. Yes, this is Open Morrowind from the Steam version. And we have a very small number of mods installed. It's mostly just, mostly like surface level, like, kind of like, there's some animation stuff that kind of just improves the overall, I guess, look and feel maybe of the game, debatably. And like some AI upscale textures, but that's about it. So I think we want to head up into the upper quarter. We've looked in here. This would take us down. We're not going to go down. We're going to go up. Katara cosplay. Nice. From Avatar The Last Airbender. It's hard. It's hard to get excited about Halloween. I think a lot of it comes down to, like, who you're costuming for. Cool. So the upper quarter is supposed to be like a nicer area. Stargel. Hello, friends. I'm Stargel. Welcome to Balmora. If you have a question, I'd be happy to answer it, or try anyway. And if it's just a little advice you'd like, that's fine too. Latest rumors. Yeah, right. The temple says this Peak Star heretic is dead, but did they produce a body? I don't see no body. Morrowind lore? Okay. I feel like everybody will, like, at least try to give us Morrowind lore. Whether or not it's new to us. Now Paria, Alchemist. Okay, now this is the place, okay? Hello there, guard. I wasn't thinking of taking that. No, sir. A Grand Master's Mortar and Pestle. Almost makes me want to steal it and run. Holy shit. Damn. Just got this place locked down. Look at all the
You
shit.
have my attention.
Diamonds. Fucking diamonds. Shit. Yo, hey, Avatar. Or, I'm sorry. Hey, Austin. Welcome. Good stuff. So, now sorry of Whitehaven. So, your name is iios, and you're new here in Balmora. Well, my name is Nalkaria of Whitehaven, and I don't mind answering questions. I have nothing else on my mind right now, and if I start to bore you about Morrowind lore, just let me know. Fortify potions. Fortify potions temporarily increase attributes and abilities. Fortify potions include Fortify Strength, Fortify Intelligence, Fortify Willpower, Fortify Agility, Fortify Speed, Fortify Personality, Fortify Luck, Fortify Health, Fortify Magicka, Fortify Fatigue, and Fortify Endurance. You played it a bunch in Vanilla Nooper Duper. Yeah, this is our first playthrough. I feel like I'm approaching an upward momentum on the game, so to speak, on like the power curve and stuff. My trade, I'm an alchemist. Alchemy is the process of refining and preserving the magical properties hidden in natural and supernatural ingredients. I sell potions. I also sell the various kinds of apparatus alchemists need to make potions, and I buy and sell ingredients. Morrowind lore. Okay, I feel like I've read this whole thing. Ashlanders are the nomadic Dunmer barbarians of the Morrowind wastelands. They live in camps of small mobile huts, herding guar and hunting wildlife for meat and hides. Okay, so she has just a ton of potions here. And she has just some very high quality alchemist materials. Whereas we right now... goodbye. We right now... What do we have? We have an apprentice's mortar and pestle, a journeyman's alembic, an apprentice's calcinator, and a journeyman's retort. So we at least have 4. These greatly increase the quality of the potions we make, which means that we can sell them for more money. So we really want to,
Wealth beyond measure.
we really want to get nice stuff as soon as possible. Okay. Scroll of Flame Atronach. We'll take it. You know, and we're spending so much of our money on books these days that I am shamelessly pilfering all of the homes I come by. Nice. Okay, we got it. 3 diamonds? Holy shit. Oh, our pick broke. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, very good. Nice. Very nice. Fortification. Don't be ridiculous, Austin. Millie Hostian, fine clothier. Yeah, let's go. Hi. Hi there. Hello. Hello.
Oh, Outlander, did you want something?
Hey, Miley. You're a new face, so what can I tell you about Balmora? Okay. Your trade. I'm a clothier. I make clothes and sell them. I also buy clothes in good condition. With a little work, I can make them good as new and resell them. Mostly I make and sell Dunmer clothing, but some people also want Imperial clothes and Ashlander clothes. Extravagant ruby amulet, extravagant clothing, extravagant gloves, exquisite amulet. I wonder if, like, the quality of clothing is going to come into play later. You know, like, we have on... What do we have on right now? We have on an extravagant robe and a common shirt. I guess I can sell... She doesn't want to buy our fur helm. She will buy our ring, though. We've mostly gotten all our clothes from people we've killed. There's some really nice stuff here. You know, I really almost wonder, like... I don't know. Does this count as sneaking? Am I sneaking yet? Not yet. We just have a robe on.
Quickly. I must be going.
iios really committing to this reading. Oh yeah. Oh. We committed a long time ago. Commitment is my middle name. Cool. The Book of Dawn and Dusk. Have we read this? We have. Okay, great. Okay, we're outie. Oh, it's like a... We even have a nice little patio up here. Nice. I love that. You're welcome. Nebulous idea. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you for the raid. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Ba, 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 bum.
Nebulosus idea Radio's channel with 9 friends.
Yeah, welcome everybody, welcome. Thank you, Agent Dark Booty, for the follow. Thank you, Nebulous for the raid. How was your stream? Nice. You were also playing Morrowind. This is our first playthrough. We're just cruising our way on through. Yeah, you can jump, Rubik's. This is the Morag Tong Guild. Huh. Okay. Let's see what they're up to. A lot of jugs and bottles over here. I haven't yet broken down in the game and been like, I just need to start grabbing literally everything that's not nailed down.
What was that? Speak your need.
But it could happen soon. We really need the money. Shanat Pansamsi. Little advice. In principle, a member is not to be given tasks that exceed the member's rank or ability. Okay. We've been really good about reading all of the content here, but some of these explanatory areas are honestly becoming really repetitive. Never take a life carelessly. It cheapens you and diminishes you. Take life seriously if taking life is your profession. Fine, fine, I'll read it. Damn it. In principle, a member is not to be given tasks that exceed the member's rank or abilities. In practice, sometimes mistakes are made. You are not expected to fail and die for those mistakes. Use judgment. Be patient. Take the initiative. Train yourself. Equip yourself. Study your target and situation more carefully. Then return to your task when you are ready and succeed. The Morag Tong is like very cool in your opinion, Peter? Interesting. You generally play on high difficulty and or with mods, just pushing through a long playthrough. Yeah. We're just getting started. I know, yeah, I don't want to just be like offloading 80 cups or something. That seems stupid, but I'm about to do it. I'm convinced the alignments in Elder Scrolls games are evil thief, neutral thief, good thief, and poor. Yeah, it's true, Austin. It's really true. Morrowind lore. The first age Dunmer tribes settled Morrowind. Became the modern great house clans. Ashlanders also descend from these early Dunmer tribes. Rules. The Morag Tong executes writs and performs special duties as the ruling house's direct. Guild members never harm or steal from anyone, except the target of a legal writ of execution. Never betray our secrets or our identities. If you break any of these rules, you must immediately speak with the master to regain your good standing, or you may be targeted for execution. Your journal has been updated. Training? Okay. Yeah, we have not yet found the lusty Argonian maid, but we've read every other book we've found so far.
To say, Dumner?
A friend.
A friend.
Continue.
Hey, Nutshale. Yeah, we have the scrolls that give us like super ultra jump actually. Lusty Argonian maid is in this game. Jumped through the sky just like Magnus. Wait, you made a potion so powerful you jumped through the sky and crashed the game, Andromeda? It's, you flew too close to the sun. Truly. There's shrimp creole, shrimp kebabs, lemon pepper shrimp, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried. That's about it. Are you sure, Infotech? I think there's more kinds of shrimp than the ones you listed. I think there is. Yeah, welcome everybody. We're reading all of the books, and indeed, the lusty Argonian maid is in our list of books. Right there. So it does exist. We did find AVCs for Barbarians Faded Epitaph. It was great. It was one of my favorite books because it was so short. Such an easy read. Cool. Latest rumors. No one knows what happened to Brilnosu Laris. She's a battle mage gone bad, wanted by half the guards in Vvardenfell. No one's seen her for a long time. Slaps Morrowind character. You can fit so many goblets in this, baby. I gotta drop other crap, though. I'm, like, really weighed down and heavy right now. Little advice. Merv's Yvain has been an agent for House Halalu for quite a while. You'll find him at the Halalu Council Manor in Balmora. Talk to him if you want to know about the agent's trade. Your trade. I'm an agent. I work for a house or a company or the state, and I do things that require doing. Mostly I handle matters in the business or diplomatic line, things that require mercantile skills or the arts of speechcraft. I trade in knowledge, hard facts and rumors. Knowledge is power, as they say, and sometimes I do other sorts of things. Things I can't talk about. Okay. One day we'll be rich and we'll train ourselves on up. I did indeed fly too close. Yeah, that sounds amazing though, Andromeda. I'm really excited to get to a point. I'm really excited to get to a point here where we'll be able to play with the spellcrafting system. But we found a book, but let's talk to Gillian. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Halalu. How can I serve you? Latest rumors. And how do you think... I feel like I've read this. How do you think it was that a bloated imperial plutocrats got the charter to exploit the Caldera ebony deposits, and not a native great house or local colonist? Big, fat bribes, I tell you, and friends in high places. Any advice? Most assassins don't like to talk about their trade. Take the Morag Tong, for instance, like where we're at right now. Tight-lipped about everything, but Ingokning, the assassin at the Skyrim mission in Ebonheart, he doesn't mind talking. In fact, he'll bend your ear if you aren't careful. Cool. Morag Tong. The Morag Tong is the ancient traditional assassins guild of the Dunmer. We provide 3 varieties of execution: public, private, and house war. We only recruit candidates of proven skill and honor, and only Grandmaster Eno Halalu and Vivek can authorize new members to join the Morag Tong. Join the Morag Tong. If you wish to join us, you must seek out Eno Halalu, the Grandmaster of the Morag Tong in Vivek. Barter. Okay. Okay. Cool. The Black Glove. Let's read it. A promotional pamphlet.
Probably nothing.
The Black Glove. Swift and agile are the Morag Tong. Silent and unseen they move. Illusions they supply to misdirect their prey. Close and sure they strike with short blade, or distant and secure they strike from afar with accurate missile fire. Light armor protects them from harm, and the acrobatic discipline finds for them this unseen and unlooked for path. Have you these virtues, then perhaps your oath and service may please the Morag Tong. Hey, welcome to Fine Styles. We can fistfight anybody in this game. Truly anybody. Do you have your friends and your finery, but no place to go? Do you laugh and cry, but no longer feel? Do you wear these masks? Then perhaps your oath and service may please the Black Glove. The blood of the hunter and the blood of the hunted. Yes. The joy of the hidden and the joy of the seeker. The blood of the eye and the blood of the gate. The joy of the living and the joy of the dead. Are you one with these things? Then perhaps your oath and your service may please Mafala. To make your oath and enter our service, the worthy must seek the Grandmaster, who by tradition lives in the unseen and unlooked for corners of Vivek city between the blood of battle and the waters of life. Cool. Okay, reading books.
What is this about?
Hey, Angaran. Any advice? Be smart, join the guild, honor among thieves, right? You're new here, don't know your way around, get in a little trouble, a lot of trouble more likely. Oh, you'll learn, fast enough I guess, but get gold on your head and things get tougher. The guild will steer you straight, towards the sweet and away from the sour. And they're a regular guild, discounts on your training and services and everything. Do yourself a favor, start easy with friends, then later you want to freelance, fine, your trade. I'm an assassin. Killing is my profession. I am discreet, efficient, and reliable. In Morrowind, the assassin's trade is an ancient and honorable profession, restricted by a rigid code of conduct, and operating strictly within the law. Because I am discreet, I prefer short blades for swift, close, and personal work, while the marksman weapons like throwing stars and throwing knives are more suitable for stealth and surprise. Great, let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. A trapped door. Nice. Oh, they have like a whole little council up here.
Yes, madame. What is it?
Rilvain. Your trade. I am a Nightblade, blending the disciplines of the agent and wizard. I move unseen and undetected, foil locks and traps, and teleport to safety when threatened, or strike like a viper from ambush. The College of Illusion hides me and fuddles or pacifies my opponents. The College of Mysticism detects my object, reflects and dispels enemy spells, and makes good my escape. I sell spells, and I am a spell maker who creates spells to your specifications. I can also teach you my skills for a fee. Faction members only, Dark Elf. Okay. Okay, let's get out of here. When Magnus punched a hole in the sky, he made the sun. It's unfair. Yeah. You should at least have, you know, made... Can I take this?
You will die.
They don't do much damage. We're on the ground. Okay. Well, now we know.
Outlander.
R.I.P.
What do you want?
Now we know. Don't take people's shit. They don't like it. Okie doke. So we're back out here. Doing little spinnies. What about here? Door to Balmora, Nerano Manor. Dang, the assassins aren't too great at their job. Yeah, apparently not. Okay. Cute little center area here. Hey, friend. Andres Nerano. Latest rumors. You've got to hand it to the little demon charmers. They surprised us. The Silvani got these little groups squatting down all over the island, and we've done little to stop them. They're going to be tough to root out. It's going to cost money and lives, but we better make the investment now before it's too late. Nerano Manor. Yes, this is Nerano Manor. Can I do something for you? Why are you here anyway? Your trade. I'm a merchant. I look for goods that are well made, that people want to buy, that I can buy and sell at a profit. There are many different kinds of materials I can buy and sell. Animal products, vegetable products, mineral products, even exotic products. Crafts and manufactured goods I deal in include weapons, armor, clothing, books, potions, enchanted items, and various housewares. I travel, talk with people I meet, and buy what I like and sell what people like. Except you don't sell anything to me, sir. Useless! Okay, it's kind of like a communal eating area. Anything good up here? Second story. We've got some books. Ring ding 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 ding. We've got some books in here. I need an apprentice's lockpick. Yeah, thank you. Save. Crouching. Success. Wait a minute. Crouch and then steal. Okay. Some rat meat and a comberry. Yay! Well, well, well. What do we got here? We've got a lore bomb. A lore bomb has exploded upon us, everybody. Lore bomb. Okay. The House of Troubles. I think we've read this. Yes, we have. The House of Troubles we've read. The Annotated Anuad we have read. The Anticipations we've read. Varieties of Faith. Finds in Morrowind often range from immediate death to eventual death. Yeah. It's Varieties of Faith? I don't remember this one. Yes, Varieties of Faith in the Empire. Amazing. Varieties of Faith in the Empire by Brother Mikhail Karkuksor of the Imperial College. Thank you, Vlarg Vlarg. Well, 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 well. On that note, yeah. So we are gonna keep playing Kaizo. I just want to kind of like space it out, just because I think it's more fun that way. It's more fun to take it slow. Yeah, if they had kept, I don't know. I think it ended for good reason. I think by the time we watch all 89 episodes or however many they made in season 1, I think we'll understand why they decided not to re-up it. They had the voice of Ariel in the first episode, and she got water and stuff all over her. I think I do remember that, actually. And stuff, yeah. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Who do this read? Wow, yeah, me. I read it, Electric G Funk. We are reading. If you've just come in, while we were playing Kaizo, we have been reading every single book in Morrowind. And we're playing the game too. I want you to know, we're not just here to read. We also want to play the game. We are, as of right now, exactly 30% of the way through all of the books in Morrowind. We've probably read like we've probably spent 80% of our time in the game reading so far. But we're going to get through this glut, this first town, past the glut of books, and then we'll be good. Then it'll be easy. What? OMG. Yeah, no, for real. It's a thing. It's a very real thing. Some exec-a-deek got wind of it. It said, holy shit, we're spending money on this? Yeah. I guess the numbers just weren't there. Advertisers, they just said no to Super Mario Super Show. Morrowind has how many books? About 250 discrete books. And we just found a whole bunch of them. So as we've done more than one of the 36 lessons. So as we read through them, we mark them off on our spreadsheet, which we keep track of. You can look at it yourself if you want. The !books command. And then also we'll play the game. But see, you know, I take offense at the game throwing this much content at me and expecting me not to read it all. No, okay, let's be real. Okay. When I play these games by myself, okay, if I was not on stream, I would not do this. In fact, like no one ever reads the books, because why would you? There's too much, they're too deep, there's too much information. It's not fun, right? It's not what anybody came to Morrowind for, probably. Mostly. But because we're playing through it together, it only seems appropriate that we take a moment and bear witness to 100% of the content. Someone took the time to write them. They did, Kras. A whole team of people, in fact. We looked up their names and said them out loud on stream. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't do it on stream. I appreciate that, Queen. No, we're doing it on stream to share in the experience, and so that way we'll be full of lore. I'm looking at my cat. We have Moon Pie right here. So that's what we're doing. School is a prison. Read Morrowind. Yeah. Knowledge will set you free. Getting the absolute most out of the game. Yeah, we're wringing out the last bits of lore juice. This is Morrowind, and I'm wringing it out, and I'm getting all of those little drops, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Give me it. That's me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. This is my best attempt at a listing of the pantheons and associated divine spirits of Tamriel's dominant... Get wrong! Yo, playing true, welcome. Dominant cultures. This list is by no means complete. The imperial city of Cyrodiil alone boasts a vast host of saints and holy spirits. It only includes the most important spirits revered by native members of the culture. Other Et Ada, especially Daedra, are often familiar known to many cultures. Those specific names are included here only when they possess a particular cultural significance. The omission of... It's like that donut liquor emote, but it's Morrowind. Yes. If anybody has the donut liquor emote, please enlighten me, because I don't think I've seen it. The omission of any reference to the warships of the Argonians in Blackmarsh is a result of my complete inadequacy in reconciling the obscure and contradictory accounts available to me on the subject. Hey Sessa, it's great to have you. The 8 pantheons, Cyrodiil, Akatosh, Dibella, Arche, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, Julianos, Shazar, Tiber Septim, Mora House, Riman, Skyrim, Alduin, Dibella, Orki, Sun, Mara, Stun, Kain, Junal, Shor, Ismir, Erma Mara, Malak. Oh boy. Altmer, Oriel, Trinamach, Magnus, Cirabane, Yfra, Xarxes, Mara, Stendar, Lorcan, Finaster. So these are actually the different names of the gods in different languages. Like, because I actually think some of these characters are essentially the same. They're like, are similar. Maybe they're not the same people. Some of them, maybe just like different cultures worship the same people. Sometimes. Bosmer, Altmer, Oriel, Trinamach, Magnus, Cirabane, Yfra, Xarxes, Mara, Stendar, Lorcan, Finaster. Bosmer, Oriel. You know, most of the books are not just lists of fantasy names. This one, maybe a little bit. Oriel, Yifra, Arke, Zen, Xarxes, Bandar, Mara, Stendar, Lorcan, Irma, Mora, Joni, Jode, Dunmer, Almalexia, Vivek, Sothasil, Boethia, Mephala, Azura, Lorcan, Nerevar, Molag Bal, Malakath, Sheogorath, Maroons, Dagon, Yokuda, Sadakal, Rupska, Tuwaka, Zet, Morwa, Tava Maluk, Diagna, Sep, Hunding, Leki, Onsi, Brittany, Akatosh, Magnus, Yifra, Dibella, Arke, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, Julianos, Shior, Finaster. Elsewhere, Alkosh, Kenarthi, Riddlethar, Ja-Kajre, Mara, Srendar, Lorkaj, Rajin, Bandar, Azura, Shegorath. You're writing about this stuff right now. No way, Lord Mono. That's fun. What kind of writing are you working on? Akatosh, notes on the divine spirits of the pantheons. Akatosh, dragon god of time. Akatosh is the chief deity of the nine divines.
So
yes.
You think you've got friends in high places with the power to put us on the run? Well, forgive us these smiles on our faces. You'll know what power is when we are done.
Amazing, Avarice. Yeah, Creative Steve, that actually makes a lot of sense for why they didn't re-up. It seems like they had too much creative freedom, almost. Like, I think I get... Nintendo's also feels like a company that's very protective of its brand. Do you not read all the books in Divinity and get the sad stories of all the dead people and stuff? I read most of the books. But, like, some of them that are just, like, gonna teach you spells and stuff in Divinity, I don't read. But I do all of the quests, and they are super sad. Like, all the time. They should have a rating on Goodreads, you know? For all of the content they wrote, they deserve it. Akatosh, Dragon God of Time. Akatosh is the chief deity of the nine divines, the major religious cult of Cyrodiil and its provinces, and one of two deities found in every Tamrielic religion. The other is Lorcan. He is generally considered to be the first of the gods to form in the beginning place. After his establishment, other spirits found the process of being easier, and the various pantheons of the world emerged. He is the ultimate god of the Cyrodiilic Empire, where he embodies the qualities of endurance, invincibility, and everlasting legitimacy. Alduin, World Eater. Alduin is the Nordic variation of Akatosh, and only superficially resembles his counterpart in the Nine Divines. For example, Alduin's Soberket, the World Eater, comes from myths that depict him as the horrible, ravaging firestorm that destroyed the last world to begin this one. Nords therefore see the God of Time as both creator and harbinger of the apocalypse. He is not the chief of the Nordic pantheon. In fact, that pantheon has no chief. See shore below, but its wellspring, albeit a grim and frightening one. Top 10 baby names for 2022. You'll never believe number 7. Oh, you know, honestly, I think that the main requirement for most of the names of people in Morrowind or Vvardenfell is that they be fucking unpronounceable. Like, literally no character has a name that I'm like, yes, nailed it. Like, 100% of the names are like almost gibberish, it feels like. Yeah, take it easy, Creative Steve. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, likewise, Nebulous Idea, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that, by the way. So sweet of you. I hope you enjoy the frog emotes and enjoy the rest of your Morrowind playthrough. Thanks again for the raid. Lord Mono, you were going to write a thesis on how you think Akatosh has been making quiet moves to reshape prophecy and stop a new Kalpa. Maybe. There's, you know, wheels within wheels here. And these Morrowind, these Tamrielic gods. You could spend, like, so much time in that game just finding ghosts and reading sad stories about how they died. I know, Delta, I can never bring myself to steal their source power unless they're like truly evil. Like, I stole the source of like the Sallow Man, for example, you know, but like almost no one else, because like I'd rather let them figure out how to go to like the Hall of Echoes, you know. Koji Kondo had to sign off on everything. That's very interesting, Kraz. That's very interesting. Rivet posted in the iOS music Discord actually some songs that
music has always soothed my vicious temper.
Yeah, same, Spycheck. Some songs that had like inspired some of the Mario soundtracks. That was quite interesting. My favorite book in Skyrim, Alduin is real. Nice. I wonder if we probably won't find it here. One name is clearly Thigh Master. Yo, hey Glass. Yeah, we're reading all the books. Alkosh, Dragon King of Cats. Pre-Redata Dynasty, Anaquinine deity. A variation on the Altmeri Oriel, and thus an Akatosh's culture hero for the earliest Khajiit. His worship was co-opted during the establishment of the Riddlethar, and he still enjoys immense popularity in Elswere's wasteland regions. He is depicted as a fearsome dragon, a creature the Khajiit say is just a real big cat. He repelled an early Altmeri pogrom of Pelinal Whitestrake during mythic times. Almalexia, Mother Morrowind. Most traces of Akatosh disappeared from ancient Chimer legends during their so-called exodus, primarily due to that god's association and esteem with the Altmeri. However, most aspects of Akatosh which seem so important to the mortal races, namely immortality, historicity, and genealogy, have conveniently reshaped and resurfaced in Almalexia, the most popular of Morrowind's divine tribunal. There will be a quiz, Morrowind, yes, so I hope you're paying attention. Arche, god of the cycle of life and death, member of the Nine Divines pantheon, and popular elsewhere as well. Arche is often more important in those cultures where his father, Akatosh, is either less related to time, or where his time aspects are difficult to comprehend by the layman. He is the god of burials and funeral rites, and is sometimes associated with the seasons. His priests are staunch opponents of necromancy and to all forms of the undead. It is said that Arche did not exist before the world was created by the gods under Lorkhan's supervision / urging / trickery. Therefore, he is sometimes called the mortals' god. Oriel, king of the Aldmere. The elven Akatosh is Oriel. Oriel is the soul of Anui-El, who in turn is the soul of Anu, the everything. He is the chief of most Altmeri pantheons. Most Altmeri and Bosmeri claim direct descent from Oriel. In his only known moment of weakness, he agreed to take part in the creation of the mortal plane, that act which forever sundered the elves from the spirit worlds of eternity. To make up for it, Oriel led the original Aldmere against the armies of Lorkhan in mythic times, vanquishing that tyrant and establishing the first kingdoms of the Altmer, Altmora, and Old Elnofe. He then ascended to heaven in full observance of his followers, so that they might learn the steps needed to escape the mortal plane. Sorry, I'm just imagining Oriel just like, popping and locking his way to heaven in front of all his followers, so that they might learn the steps needed to escape the mortal plane. He's jamming his way to heaven. 19 years of play is a long time, Lord Mono. Azura, goddess of dusk and dawn. Azura was the god ancestor that taught the Chimer the mysteries needed to be different than the Altmer. Some of her more conventional teachings are sometimes attributed to Boethia. In the stories, Azura is often a communal cosmic force for the race as a whole than an ancestor or a god, also known as the anticipation of Sothasil. And elsewhere, Azura is nearly a wholly separate entity, yet she is still tied into the origins of Khajiit out of Altmeri stock. Like that meme about Jesus, yeah. The son of man came not to be served, but to serve. Record scratch. Bandar, the bandit god. In most regions, Bandar is a marginal deity, a trickster spirit of thieves and beggars, and elsewhere he is more important and is regarded as the pariah. In this aspect, Bandar becomes the cleverness or desperate genius of the long-suffering Khajiit, whose last-minute plans always upset the machinations of their elven or human enemies. Boethia, prince of plots, heralded by the prophet Veloth, Boethia is the original god ancestor of the Dark Elves. Through his illuminations, the eventual Chimer, or changed folk, renounced all ties to the Aldmere and founded a new nation based on Daedric principles. All manner of dark elven cultural advances are attributed to Boethia, from philosophy to magic to responsible architecture. And for ancient Velothi allegories are uniformly heroic successes of Boethia, over enemies of every type, foundation stories of Chimeri's struggle, also known as the anticipation of Almalexia. Diagna Orical. Orical? Is that an E? Yeah, it's as long as the Windows 98 license agreement. That's to be certain. Hoary, thuggish cult of the Red Guards originated in Yakuda, or Diagna, Orikalk god of the Sideways Blade. Originated in Yakuda during the 27 Snake Folk slaughter. Wow. Diagna, I'm going to say this is Diana. Diana was an avatar of the Hunding, the Yokudan god of make way, see below, that achieved permanence. He was instrumental to the defeat of the left-handed elves, and as he brought Orichalk weapons to the Yokudan people to win the fight. In Tamriel, he led a very tight-knit group of followers against the orcs of Orsinium during the height of their ancient power, but then faded into obscurity. He is now little more than a local power spirit of the Dragon Tail Mountains. Dibella, goddess of beauty, popular god of the Nine Divines. In Cyrodiil, she has nearly a dozen different cults, some devoted to women, some to artists and aesthetics, and others to erotic instruction. No, I won't say it, plain true, I won't. Mora, the woodland man, ancient Atmoran demon who at one time nearly seduced the Nords into becoming Aldemir. Most Ysgramor myths are about escaping the wiles of old Mora. Also called the Demon of Knowledge, he is vaguely related to the cult origins of the Morag Tong. Yo, this is alphabetical, so buckle up. Forester's Guild, if only by association with his brother/sister Mephala. Hunding, the make-way god, Yokudan spirit of perseverance over infidels. The Hunding has historically materialized whenever the Red Guard need to make way for their people. It was a weak joke, but I have no regrets. Yeah, nor should you. Nor should you. In Tamrielic history, this has only happened 3 times. Twice in the First Era during the Ra Gada invasion, and once during the Tiber War. In this last incarnation, the Hunding was said to have been either a sword or a crown, or both. Junal, rune god, the Nordic god of hermetic orders. After falling out of favor with the rest of that pantheon, he became Julianos of the Nine Divines. He is absent in modern Skyrim mythology. Jodi, big moon god, Aldmeri god of the big moon, also called Masser or Mara's tear. In Khajiit religion, Jodi is only one aspect of the lunar lattice, or Ja Khaje. Joni, little moon god, Aldmeri god of the little moon, also called Secunda or Stendar's sorrow. In Khajiit religion, Joni is only one aspect of the lunar lattice, or Ja Khaje. Julianos, god of wisdom and logic, often associated with Junal, the Nordic father of language and mathematics. Julianos is the Cyrodiilic god of literature, law, history, and contradiction. Monastic orders founded by Tiber Septim and dedicated to Julianos are the keepers of the Elder Scrolls. You know, so it's really like Roman and Greek gods. It's like, so, you know, you have Skyrim gods and you have Morrowind gods and you have like imperial gods and stuff. The forsooth, amen, really brought it together. The make-way god is desperately trying to avoid crashing into something. Make way! Make way! Kine, kiss at the end. Nordic goddess of the storm, widow of shore and favored god of warriors. She is often called the mother of men. Her daughters taught the first Nords the use of the Thu'um, or storm voice. Kinnereth, goddess of air. Kinnereth is a member of the Nine Divines, the strongest of the sky spirits. In some legends, she is the first to agree to Lorkhan's plan to invent the mortal plane, and provides the space for its creation in the void. She is also associated with rain, a phenomenon said not to occur before the removal of Lorkhan's divine spark. Leki, saint of the spirit sword. Goddess daughter of Tal Papa, Leki is the goddess of aberrant swordsmanship. The Na Totambu of Yokuda warred to a standstill during the Mythic Era to decide who would lead the charge against the left-handed elves. I'm sorry, they fought to decide who would fight? Their sword masters, though, were so skilled in the best-known cuts as to be matched evenly. Lecky introduced the ephemeral feint. Afterwards, a victor emerged, and the war with the Aldmer began. You know, say what you will, this is all new information, really. Lorcan, the missing god. This creator, trickster, tester deity is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Aldmeri Lorcan, or Doom Drum. He convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, upsetting the status quo, much like his father, Padome, had introduced instability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, Lorcan is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of the Et Ada Ada. He and his metaphysical placement in the scheme of things is interpreted a variety of ways. In Morrowind, for example, he is a being related to the Psijic endeavor, a process by which mortals are charged with transcending the gods that created them. To the High Elves, he is the most unholy of all higher powers, as he forever broke their connection to the spirit plane. In the legends, he is almost always an enemy of the Aldmer, and therefore a hero of early mankind. Lorcaj, Moon Beast, pre-Redata dynasty Anakinine deity, easily identified with the missing god, Lorcan. Magnus, Magus, the god of sorcery. Magnus withdrew from creation of the world at the last second, though it cost him dearly. What is left of him on the world is felt and controlled by mortals as magic. One story says that while the idea was thought up by Lorcan, it was Magnus who created the schematics and diagrams needed to construct the mortal plan. He is sometimes represented by an astrolabe, a telescope, or more commonly, a staff. Cyrodiilic legends say he can inhabit the bodies of powerful magicians and lend them his power. Associated with Zurin, Arctus, the Underking. Malakath, god of curses. Malakath is the reanimated dung that was Trinamach, a somewhat weak but vengeful Daedra. The Dark Elves say he is also Malak, the god king of the orcs. He always tests the Dunmer for physical weakness. Maluk, Horde King, an enemy god of the Ra Gada, led the goblins against the Red Guards during the First Era, fled east when the army of the Hun Ding overtook his goblin hordes. Malak, Malakoth, an orcish god, Malak troubled the heirs of King Harald for a long time. Fled east after his defeat at the Battle of Dragonwall, circa First Era 660. His rage was said to fill the sky with his sulfurous hatred, later called the Year of Winter and Summer. Mara, goddess of love, nearly universal goddess. Origins started in mythic times as a fertility goddess. In Skyrim, Mara is a handmaiden of Kine. In The Emperor, she is mother goddess. She is sometimes associated with Nyr of the Anuad, the female principle of the cosmos that gave birth to creation. Depending on the religion, she is either married to Akatosh or Lorcan, or the concubine of both. Like a primary, yeah, like a primary source, kind of. Kind of. Well, this wouldn't be a primary source. This is like a secondary source, I think. Maroon's Dagon, god of destruction, popular Daedric power. He is associated with natural dangers like fire, earthquakes, and flood. In some cultures, though, Dagon is merely a god of bloodshed and betrayal. He is an especially important deity in Morrowind, where he represents its near inhospitable terrain. Mephala, androgyne. Oh, the fighting to see who fights is like a primary. Yes, very much so. Yeah, you fight to see who fights. Exactly, Delta. Yeah, it's survival. Yeah, it's like competition. Survival of the fittest to see who takes it all. Such a sane system. Mephala, androgyne. Mephala is the web spinner or the spider god. In Morrowind, she was the ancestor that taught the Chimer the skills they would need to evade the enemies or to kill them with secret murder. Enemies were numerous in those days since the Chimer were a small faction. She, along with Boethia, organized the clan systems that eventually became the basis for the Great Houses. She founded the Morag Tong, also called the Anticipation of Vivek. Yeah, that's Moonpie. We'll see, she might head out of the cat hole now in a second. There she goes. Molag Bal, god of schemes, comma, king of rape. Daedric power of much importance in Morrowind. There, he is always the arch-enemy of Boethia, the prince of plots. He is the main source of the obstacles to the Dunmer and preceding Chimera people. In the legends, Molag Bal always tries to upset the bloodlines of houses or otherwise ruin Dunmeri purity. A race of super monsters said to live in Molag Amur are the result of his seduction of Vivek during the previous era. Oh, this asshole, the word of the cat left. Yeah, Moonpie knows what's good. Mori House, first breath of man, ancient cultural hero god of the Syro-Nordics. Legend portrays him as the taker of the citadel, an act of mythic times that established human control over the valley heartland. He is often associated with the Nordic powers of Thu'um and therefore with Kine. Morwa, Teat god, Yokudan fertility goddess, fundamental deity. It's the titty god of the Yokudan pantheon and the favorite of Tall Papa's wives, still worshipped in various areas of Hammerfell, including Stras Imkai. Morwa is always portrayed as four-armed so that she can grab more husbands. Nice. Nice, you know. Interesting. Yikes forever. Seriously. At least they haven't, at least it's just... Anyway. Nerevar. God Killer, the Chimeri king of Resdane in the golden age of Old Veloth, slain during the Battle of Red Mountain. Nerevar was the herald of the Triune Way and is the foremost of the saints of Dunmeri faith. He is said to have killed Dumak, the last dwarven king, and feasted on his heart. Or in the modern Republican U.S. political scene, you fight to send the dumbest, worst candidate to go up against the Democrats. Yeah, it's not wrong, Delta, yeah. Do they really need to make that a thing? I don't think so. You know, I think it's like... Okay, here's my only excuse I will make is I've yet in all of our reading to have them elaborate on what it exactly means for, who is it, Molag Bal to be the god, the king of rape. So it might just, so far, it has just been a title. An effective title. At making us be like, what the fuck? I'm curious to see if there's any elaboration, I guess, on that. Not even... I think it's like... They're playing with... It's like a... I don't know. You know, far be it for me to make, you know, judgments about artistic merit. But it's clearly an artistic decision that they made. Anyway. Onsi, Bone Shaver, notable warrior god of the Okudan Ragada. Onsi taught mankind how to pull their knives into swords. It's just like long knives and dipshits. Orki, Old Knocker, a lone god of the Nords who seem to have taken up his worship during Aldmeri rule of Atmora. Nords believe they once lived as long as elves until Orki appeared. Through heathen trickery, he fooled them into a bargain that bound them to the Count of Winters. At one time, legends say, Nords only had a lifespan of 6 years due to Orki's foul magic. Shor showed up, though, and, through unknown means, removed the curse. Throwing most of it onto the nearby orcs. Finaster, hero god of the Somerset Isles, who taught the Altmer how to naturally live another 100 years by using a shorter walking stride. Cool. Rajin, footpad, thief god of the Khajiit, who grew up in the Black Hiergo section of Senchal, the most famous burglar in Elsewhere's history. Rajin is said to have stolen a tattoo from the neck of Empress Kintyra as she slept. Yeah. It seems like that needs a good reason to be present, though I don't have faith in that yet. Consider my grimacing and skeptical. Yes. Yeah, agreed. Yo, hey, Fermi. Thank you for the bits.
Jesus, they do like to waffle on forever. Snore.
You know, I appreciate the bits. I'm sorry the content puts you to sleep. You know, we're almost through this book. Nice long book to listen to for me. We're learning. Aren't we learning so many exciting things? No, I realize that book reading is not everybody's content, but we do all kinds of content here on the iOS channel. I vaguely recall playing several hundred hours of Elden Ring with not so much lore. It was a fair amount of lore. But, buckle up. Buckle up. Thief god of the Khajiit who... Oh, I read that. Rahman the Cyrodiil. Culture god hero of the Second Empire. Rahman was the greatest hero of the Akaviri trouble. Indeed, he convinced the invaders to help him build his own empire, and conquered all of Tamriel except for Morrowind. He instituted the rites of becoming emperor, which included the rituals keys to the Amulet of Kings, a soul gem of immense power. His dynasty was ended by the Dunmeri Murag Tong at the end of the First Era, also called the Worldly God. Riddlethar, Two Moons Dance, the cosmic order deity of the Khajiit. The Riddlethar was revealed to elsewhere by the prophet Ridthar Ridata, the Main. The Riddlethar is more a set of guidelines by which to live than a single entity, but some of his avatars like to appear as humble messengers of the gods, also known as the Sugar God. You could do some sleep for me. Well, I'm glad to, I'm glad to be of service. Hit welcome Epic of Sam. How's it going? I'm glad the iios stream superfans are on board. By which I mean each and every one of you. Yeah. Ruptga, Tall Papa, chief deity of the Yokudan pantheon. Ruptga, or more commonly Tall Papa, was the first god to figure out how, I think the moon sugar god in this case for me, like the moon sugar drug that Khajiits like, was the first god to figure out how to survive the hunger of Satakal. Following his lead, the other gods learned the walkabout, or a process by which they can persist beyond one lifetime. Tall Papa set the stars in the sky to show lesser spirits how to do this too. When there were too many spirits to keep track of, though, Ruptga created a helper out of the dead skin of past worlds. This helper is Sep, see below, who later creates the world of mortals. Satakal, the world skin. Yokudan god of everything, a fusion of the concepts of Anu and Padome. Basically, Satakal is much like the Nordic Alduin, who destroys one world to begin the next. In Yokudan mythology, Satakal had done, and still does, this many times over, a cycle which prompted the birth of spirits that could survive the transition. These spirits ultimately become the Yokudan pantheon, popular god of the Ali Kir nomads. Sheogorath, the mad god. The fearful obeisance of Sheogorath is widespread and is found in most Tamrielic quarters. Contemporary sources indicate that his roots are in Aldmeri creation stories. Therein he is born when Lorkhan's divine spark is removed. One crucial myth calls him the Sithis-shaped hole of the world. Sheor, bad man. In Brittany, the bad man is the source of all strife. He seems to have started as the god of crop failure, but most modern theologians agree that he is a demonized version of the Nordic Shor, born during the dark years after the fall of Sarthal. Sep, the snake, Yokudan version of Lorkhan. Sep is born when Tall Papa creates someone to help him regulate the spirit trade. Sep, though, is driven crazy by the hunger of Satakal, and he convinces some of the gods to help him make an easier alternative to the walkabout. This, of course, is the world as we know it, and the spirits who followed Sep become trapped here, to live out their lives as mortals. Sep is punished by Tall Papa for his transgressions, but his hunger lives on as a void in the stars, a non-space that tries to upset mortal entry into the far shores. Shazar, god of man. Cyrodiilic version of Lorkhan, whose importance suffers when Akatosh comes to the fore of Imperial, really Alessian religion. Shazar was the spirit behind all human undertaking, especially against Aldmeri aggression. He is sometimes associated with the founding of the first Cyrodiilic battle mages. In the present age of racial tolerance, Shazar is all but forgotten. Shor, god of the underworld. Nordic version of Lorkhan, who takes sides with men after the creation of the world. Foreign gods, i.e. elven ones, conspire against him and bring about his defeat, dooming him to the underworld. Atmora myths depict him as a bloodthirsty warrior king who leads the Nords to victory over their Aldmeri oppressors, time and again. Before his doom, Shor was the chief of the gods, sometimes also called children's god. Yo, Pepsi Man! Yo, fucking Morbin time!
Pepsi is Morbin Heart. Hashtag birds eating
Yeah,
other
fuck yeah,
birds.
Pepsi-Mon. Birds eating other birds. It's a pretty bird world. It's like when you're a bird and you're eating another bird. Yes. And then the other bird is stuck in your throat, but you gradually expand your throat and swallow it so your stomach acids can digest it. So you get a really good meal of that bird. And it was hard. It was hard eating that bird, okay? But at the end, it was worth it. It was worth it, Pepsi-Mon. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for the 3 months, Pepsi-Mon. Big 3 months. Really appreciate it. Poor bird. Well, not the bird that ate the other bird. That bird gets off okay. Hashtag birds aren't real. Yeah, I've heard about this. I've heard about this broken sail. I guess while we're reading about religious conspiracy theories, essentially, it was worth it, Austin. It was, even though it was hard. Just like reading every book in Morrowind will be hard, but it'll be worth it in the end. It's apropos, yeah. Okay. Shor, god of the underworld, Nordic version of Lorcan, who takes sides with men after the creation of the world. Foreign gods, i.e. elven ones, conspire against him and bring about his defeat, dooming him to the underworld. Atmora myths depict him as a bloodthirsty warrior king who leads the Nords to victory over their Aldmeri oppressors time and again. Before his doom, Shor was the chief of the gods, sometimes also called children's god. See Orki above. Hi, how are the books? Spellbinding, spine-chilling, and more, Snowy Moo. Oh, how. They're actually really compelling, Snowy. There's hidden depth. There's hidden depth to these games, and it is in the books. Yeah. Yo, hey, Nightmare Thief, welcome. Sothasil, Mystery of Morrowind, God of the Dunmer. Sothasil is the least known of the Divine Tribunal. He is said to be reshaping the world from his hidden clockwork city. Stendarr, God of Mercy, God of the 9 Divines. You did hear right, Mikey, yeah. Stendarr has evolved from his Nordic origins into a deity of compassion, or sometimes righteous rule. He is said to have accompanied Tiber Septim in his later years. In early Altmeri legends, Stendarr is the apologist of men. Stune, god of ransom, Nordic precursor to Stendarr, brother of Sun, shield thane of Shor. Stune was a warrior god that fought against the Aldmeri pantheon. He showed men how to take and the benefits of taking, prisoners of war. Cirabane, warlock's god, an Aldmeri god ancestor of magic. Cirabane aided Ben-Du Olo in the fall of the Slode. Through judicious use of his magical ring, Cirabane saved many from the scourge of the Thracian plague. He is also called the Apprentice's God, for he is a favorite of the younger members of the Mages Guild. Tava, bird god. Bird, Yokudan spirit of the air, Tava is most famous for leading the Yokudans to the Isle of Hern after the destruction of their homeland. She has since become assimilated into the mythology of Kinnereth. She is still very popular in Hammerfell among sailors, and her shrines can be found in most port cities. Tiber Septim, Talos, the Dragonborn, heir to the seat of Sundered Kings. Tiber Septim is the most important hero god of mankind. He conquered all of Tamriel and ushered in the Third Era and the Third Empire, also called Ysmir, Dragon of the North. Hey, welcome, Destrar, welcome. Stendarr is also in the Silmarillion. Yeah. Trinamach, strong god of the early Aldmer, in some places more popular than Auriel. He was a warrior spirit of the original elven tribes that led armies against the men. Boethia is said to have assumed his shape. In some stories, he even eats Trinamach so that he could convince a throng of Aldmer to listen to him, which led to their eventual Chimeri conversion. We read that story. We read that story last night. He vanishes from the mythic stage after this to return as the dread Malakath. Altmeri propaganda portrays this as the dangers of Dunmeri influence. Soon, extinct Nordic god of trials against adversity, died defending Shor from foreign gods. Tuwaka, trickery guide, Yokudan god of souls. Tuwaka, before the creation of the world, was the god of nobody really cares. When Tall Papa undertook the creation of the walkabout, Tuwaka found a purpose. He became the caretaker of the far shores and continues to help Redguards find their way into the afterlife. His cult is sometimes associated with RK in the more cosmopolitan regions of Hammerfell. Vivek, master of Morrowind. Warrior poet god of the Dunmer, Vivek is the invisible keeper of the Holy Land, ever vigilant against the dark gods of the volcano. He has saved the Dunmeri people from certain death on numerous occasions, most notably when he taught them how to breathe water for a day so that he could flood Morrowind and kill the Akaviri invaders, circa 2nd Era 572. Xarxes. Xarxes is the god of ancestry and secret knowledge. He began as a scribe to Oriel and has kept track of all Aldmeri accomplishments, large and small, since the beginning of time. He created his wife, Ogma, from his favorite moments in history. Yifra, god of the forest, most important deity of the Bosmeri pantheon. While Oriel, Time Dragon, might be the king of the gods, the Bosmer revere Yifra as the spirit of the now. According to the Wood Elves, after the creation of the mortal plane, everything was in chaos. The first mortals were turning into plants and animals, and back again. Then Yifra transformed himself into the first of the El-No-Fae, or Earth Bones. After these laws of nature were established, mortals had a semblance of safety in the new world, because they could finally understand it. Yifra is sometimes called the storyteller for the lessons he taught the first Bosmer. Some Bosmer still possess the knowledge of the Chaos Times, which they can use to great effect. The Wild Hunt. Yeah, it said the god of nobody cares. It's, Tuwaka, the Yokuden god of souls, was the god of quote, nobody really cares. Ysmir, dragon of the north, the Nordic aspect of Talos. He withstood the power of the Greybeards' voices long enough to hear their prophecy. Thank you, Deltarine. Later, many Nords could not look on him without seeing a dragon. Zaen, god of toil, Bosmeri god of payment in kind. Studies indicate origins in both Argonian and Akaviri mythologies, perhaps introduced into Valenwood by Kothringi sailors. Ostensibly an agriculture deity, Zaen sometimes proves to be an entity of a much higher cosmic order. His worship died out shortly after the Nahatan flew. Zet, god of farms, Yokuden god of agriculture, renounced his father after the world was created, which is why Tall Papa makes it so hard to grow food. God, thanks, Zet. Zenithar, god of work and commerce, trader god, member of the 9 divines. Zenithar is understandably associated with Zaen. In the Empire, however, he is a far more cultivated god of merchants and middle nobility. His worshippers say, despite his mysterious origins, Zenithar is the god that will always win. Hey, that was Varieties of Faith, our 75th book. Varieties of Faith. Cool. Oof. Frontier, comma, Conquest, and Accommodation. A Social History of Cyrodiil, University of Gwylym Press, 3rd Era, 344. I don't think we've read this. Oh, we did. We have read this. Nice. Got it. Cantatas of Vivek we've read. The Book of Dawn and Dusk we have read. Yep. What over here? Ancestors and the Dunmer. We have read. The Eastern Provinces. The Eastern Provinces impartially considered. Sounds good. And even if we overlook the dubious moral and legal justifications for hundreds of years of occupation of these 2 provinces, what economic or military benefits can we derive from Morrowind and Black Marsh? Indeed, a few beneficiaries of imperial monopolies in the provinces do profit from exploitation of their wealth and resources. But does the Empire as a whole benefit? Hardly. The vast machineries of the imperial bureaucracies cost far more to maintain than can be recovered in duties and taxes, and the cost of establishing and maintaining the garrisons of the Imperial Legion and the far-flung wilderness posts of these provinces would be cost-effective only if there were evidence of a military threat from the east. But no such evidence exists. No army of Morrowind or Blackmarsh has ever threatened the security of any other Imperial province, let alone the security of Cyrodiil itself. In fact, a greater threat to Imperial security lies in the idle regions that the taxpayer spends thousands of drakes to support. The generals of these legions, facing no enemies or opposition within the borders of their provinces, may look with ambition to the west. With their loyal veteran troops and coffers fattened by friendly monopolists, they become unpredictable political factors in the uncertainties surrounding the Imperial succession. The occupation of Morrowind and Blackmarsh were motivated by idealistic aspirations. Perhaps there might lie some justification for bearing the burden of empire. But consider the shame of the Empire's mute acceptance to the unspeakable practice of slavery in Morrowind. Instead of using our Imperial legions to free the wretched Khajiit and Argonian slaves from their Dark Elf masters, we pay our troops to protect the indefensible institution of slavery. Within the ebony mines of Morrowind, bloated monopolists under Imperial charters exploit slave labor to harvest the outrageous profits assured by rampant graft and corruption. Yo, preach it. Yay, Steady Stetler, welcome. Yes, we are reading every book in Morrowind. Every single one. I really do mean every single one. And we are keeping track of everyone on this here spreadsheet, which is slowly becoming green. So far, we have read, I will repeat, we have read 76 out of 250-ish books in the game. And what an adventure it has been. Consider the colossal arrogance of our proposition to bring peace and enlightenment to the East, when in fact we have only brought our armies into lands who have never threatened us, and when we have only exploited the most shameful and evil practices we have found in Morrowind and Blackmarsh simply to enrich the friends and flatterers of the Imperial family. Impartially considered, our occupation of the eastern provinces is morally corrupt, militarily indefensible, and economically ruinous. The only conclusion is that we should disband the Eastern legions, withdraw the imperial bureaucracies and monopolists from the East, and give these ancient lands and people their freedom. Only by doing so may we hope to preserve the fragile ideals and fortunes of Western culture. Wow. Saryani's sermons. We've read... Oops. Lives of the Saints we have definitely read. Okay. Wow, okay, holy shit, okay. Alright. Since no one can see us, we take all of these books. We are so strapped for cash. We need to sell, you gotta steal books to get books, chat. What can I say? Oh, I'm over encumbered. Fuck me. God fuck damn it. Shit. How heavy could these books be? 3 each? Fuck. I guess we could drop our fat loot. That is 10. But I can use that to make money, though. Not very much money. Okay. Everybody remember, our fat loot is right here on the ground. And no, not that kind of loot. It's going to be so satisfying once you've been through most of the common books and can start to explore the world in earnest. I literally dream of that, Jay. I'm literally like, oh, one day we'll have hit the curve, you know, where we'll have actually read almost everything here. And then we'll just be able to keep walking. Did you summon me? Did you fucking summon me? I don't think I did, 10, but also welcome. Also, while you're here, 10, I could use the tiniest bit of a break for just one moment. And we can achieve that by watching... Yeah. Underage to the door, you know? Not allowed in the iOS channel. This is an adult channel. For adults. Yeah. It's a self-report right there. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Yeah, Shadix. I can undo that timeout here soon. I guess I should let you dangle longer before I offer that, but... Nice! Okay, I need to sell some stuff. Okay. Break-in lockpicks here. I think we got a bunch of them. You ain't so pretty now, Lock. Okay. Success, okay. Just a lot of... Now, god damn it, okay. I'm way over encumbered, actually, from those. This blows. Shit, okay, I need to... We're so over encumbered. Fuck. Okay, I need to go sell some stuff. Or I need to quaff a potion of strength. How about we, how about I take a potion of this? Here, right? Yeah, gaming! Okay. Go fast now. What do we have here? Exquisite belt, exquisite pants, exquisite robe, exquisite shirt. Yo, all of this is great.
Ahoy there. A
trapped thing. Hey, Shioka Wrath, welcome. We gotta move... Was that just a bottle? I actually don't really want just junk. Was. I'll take the throwing knives. I'm not at a point where I want to just, like, pick up crap. Man, everything is locked. I'm gonna have to buy more lockpicks. Yeah, it's nice. Ooh, baby! Okay, now we need to get out of here before our potion runs out. And we need to go sell. Wow. Straight to jail. Yeah, sorry. Okay, let me untime out Shindig's there. Welcome back, Shindig. Sorry, it was just a little itty-bitty joke there. I think the Naked Gun movies were a continuation of the Police Squad series, were they? I feel like they were like a different kind of human. According to Steam, whenever it checks your age for trailers, you were born on January 1st, 1900. Sounds plausible to me. Okay, we're out here. Okay, we're up in the higher quarters. We have a bunch of clothes. Let's go sell them to the... Fuck. Okay. Okay, before we go to the clothier, here's a big moment, everybody. Let's get dressed, okay? This is our, like, fashion change time montage. We just bought a shitload of awesome clothes that we can wear. I'm a very sexy baby indeed, don't cry wolf. We'll just, we'll just strip down here. We should have different clothes on while we're in town, I think. Extravagant pants. I'll take it. An exquisite shirt. Ugh. I'm over encumbered, so we literally stand stock still. Look at the poofy arms! Oh, amazing. Oldest team alive discovered via Steam's age confirmation dialogue. Yeah, you think at some point they would, like, start to, like, disqualify you or something. Wrench bonk. I'm so sorry, I didn't do the math. Yeah, better luck next time. So we have two kinds of extravagant shoes. We have, let's see, we have these ones. So it's kind of hard to see the feet. Cute. And then we have these ones. I like the other ones more. These ones are like pointy. These ones are like galoshes. I think I like these. This all being said, I don't think we can wear shoes with our like armored boots. Yeah, I like those the most. Okay, so this is our puffy arm shirt. Okay. Let's put on a different extravagant shirt. Oh, now we're dapper. I like that a lot. How about this extravagant shirt? Oh, this is a look. This is a real look. And then that was the poofy arm shirt. We have the extravagant robe we've been wearing. We have a different extravagant robe, which we can wear over our shirt, no less. Y'all, we look sick. I like this look a lot. This is going to be our new look, this red. Well, actually, let's see what the purple robe looks like. Yo! Holy shit, we're fucking bedazzled. Look how fancy we are. Bedazzled the shit out of us. Purple for royalty. I don't know. It's too much. How about some extravagant pants? Maybe I can't? Oh, I already have some on. Yeah, it's the same shirt. No, it's a different one. What shirt was this? Oh, I like this one. This one a lot. So hard to decide. This one is cool, but I think it was this. It's got a good vibe. What was the red one again? This was the red one. Yeah. Then we have a purple robe. Oh yeah, we looked at the purple robe. Sorry, this is very important right now. An exquisite robe. Holy shit. We look like a bishop or something. We look like we're late for some kind of, you know, baptism. I don't know, maybe in 100 hours when we're better at magic or something, we could wear that robe. I don't think I can stomach it. Exquisite pants. So we have extravagant pants, which are worth 60, and exquisite pants, which are worth 120. Holy cannoli, wow. An exquisite belt. Incredible. Can I actually see the belt? If I take off my shirt, and I guess my pants too. We do not have a belt on. Can confirm, no belt to be had. It's okay. Red shirt. Exquisite pants. We also have a common shirt. Then we have armor. Okay. This game is sick. Okay. We can wear 3... Oh, that was our belt. Oh, we have our belt of Northern Nuck Nuck. I would rather wear our exquisite belt, though. Game. So what are we keeping? What are we tossing? Yeah, we have our exquisite pants, our extravagant shoes, an extravagant shirt. Do you have any exquisite shirts? I do actually have an exquisite shirt, but I don't like the look of it as much. But we do have an exquisite shirt. It's the poofy one. Poofy arms. Then we had the, yeah, red robe over it. Looking good. Okay, so now if I start to put on other stuff, so that takes off shoes. So you can literally wear armor underneath all of this. Holy shit, we look awesome! Oh, nice. Okay, while we're in town though, let's take off our helmet. For the RPing, okay? For the RPing. And then we need to quaff another... Okay. Sick. Sick. Okay, and we need to go sell. Hopefully she's still here. She is. Good. Barter. Great. Okay, so we're gonna sell her clothing that we have. Your book collector's robes. It's like the exquisite one. Big quaffin', yeah. I think I forget which ones I liked. Damn it.
What is it, Dunmer?
Shit. Ruin. Damn it. Okay. Take off the robe. Take off your boots. Put on one pair of shoes. Okay, that's the pair I like. I don't like the blue pointy ones. Okay. It's very important business, okay? We have a couple of extravagant shirts. I have on one of the ones. We also have the exquisite shirt somewhere over here. Oh, I actually like the look of that one. I don't need a second red one. We have a couple of extravagant robes. I have a red one on already. Oh, I don't, actually. Oh, but I'll put it on here. Okay, hold up, sorry. Gotta get this right, okay? I'm not leaving any of my favorite articles of clothing behind. I'm in it to win it. Okay, I can lose. We can lose that. We're gonna keep that one. What about this? What does this look like? Oh, I do like that one too. God, I just like it all. Scooby. Fuck it. Okay. I'm being ridiculous. I don't have the inventory space. I don't have the strength to just like carry this shit around. Oh, I actually want to wear that instead of that. Sell the exquisite shirt. Sell the exquisite robe. It's too heavy. Sell the extravagant pants. Yeah, sell it all. I need money. Oh, oh my god, Sleep Eater. We are on a journey of reading. A reading adventure. What does this one look like again? Yeah, that one's okay. Let's wear the red one, though. Yeah, we're gonna leave our helmet off. Maybe I'll keep this extra robe instead. And I want to keep the extra shoes here. We put on our nice shoes, too. For being out. Take off our helmet, put on our nice shoes. Welcome, Sleep Eater. Yeah, we are reading every single book in the game. That is our deal. I'm still like critically low on carry. Okay, more than I need to be able to dress up, I need to be able to like literally carry stuff and walk around. I'm gonna like be over encumbered again here in a second otherwise. Okay, barter. I need to sell books. I need to go to a bookseller. Okay, I know where a bookseller is. The vendor keeps changing clothes. Really? It's probably as I give them clothes, they put them on. That happens. You won't take books? Okay, but you would take some of these potions I stole? Like, yeah, I can just sell... Yeah, I can get hundreds of crowns for brandy and stuff. Yeah, take it. Like, these are good potions, but more than I need potions, I need money to buy books. Okay, good. That was a big gain. Let's go to the bookstore. Yeah, it's great to have you, Sleep Eater. Yeah, we've just been having a great old time. We finally have gotten through maybe the hump of book reading in Balmora that ate up basically 2 streams. Bookseller is on the right. No, fuck me. How much am I over encumbered now? 40? Okay, we've got to sell some of these books. Where is all of our weight coming from? I mean, we have a lot of... I have weapons. Like the throwing knives. This is like 15 pounds in throwing knives or something. You know, me drinking this Mazda and going to sell stuff is probably making me worse at selling stuff, actually. Okay, hello, old friend. Got some books for you. I actually need the Pilgrim's Path. House of Troubles, East of Cross, Anticipations, Book of Thanatos, Cantatas of Vivek. Annotated on Wad, Suriani's Summons, Frontier Conquest, Ancestors of the Thunder, Lives of Saints. Yeah, we're gonna keep our directions to Caius Cosatus for now. We're gonna keep Pilgrim's Path for now. We are like so full on stuff at the moment. We need to make potions and then sell ingredients. And then we also need to sell... Yeah, I need to sell some weapons as well. Weapons over here?
You may
yes.
speak.
I'm so good at this game. God, I know where everything is now. Whatever. Barter. So we need to give him... We picked up the steel flame cleaver. See, I think our silver claymore is going to be really good for us, though. This is not that much better. Our silver claymore is heavy as shit, but... Yeah, I can take the silver dagger, too. I just need to dump. I bought the steel crossbow, but that's 10. I just don't know that I have... I'm going to keep the crossbow. We spent money on it. We have a lot of money. Sell the helm. We could make some potions and maybe clear up some space that way. Sell these short arrows too. 15 pounds of steel knives. Yeah, sell them. I can't carry them. Okay, that's better.
Not today, thief.
What? I sold stolen goods. Ah. No, that's not what we did. God damn it. Fucking damn it. I must have. I thought the books were stolen too, though. As much as realistic as it would be to go to prison, I don't. I'd rather go to prison on slightly different terms.
Not today, thief.
Yeah, damn it. I got him. Okay.
There it is again.
Over here, yeah.
Outlander.
Okay, what am I trying to sell you now that you don't want? I don't. Yeah, we just have the bolts. What of this?
There's a thief here. Guards.
Oh, it won't tell me what's stolen. Okay, I need to like... God damn it.
You may speak.
I guess I can try and sell it one at a time. How about the heaviest stuff? How about just this? Okay.
Speak up.
How about these throwing knives? Okay. How about these shard arrows? Okay. How about these silver arrows, which I bought? Okay. I guess it's the knife. I stole the knife. It must be. It doesn't say that I stole
Stay
it, though.
where you are, thief.
Maybe it's like literally his knife, and he's like, yeah, bullshit. Okay.
Someone watching me.
We just made a whole bunch of money. That's a big deal. That's really good for us. We now have 1,500 gold pieces in our pockets, burning a hole in our little pockets.
Excuse me, hello there.
Excuse
Would
you.
you so kindly please tell me which of these goods are stolen? Kindly, thank you. I'm not suspicious at all. Trust me.
It's rude of them not to share that information. Really, it's illegal. Balmora, West Guard, North Tower. Hi. Fines and compensation. That's how we punish crimes in Morrowind. We collect fines, and compensation is paid to the injured party or his kin. Don't pay the fine, then do hard labor. Morrowind lore. Volunteer expeditions and mercenary raids against rogue Tilvani settlements are silently endorsed by the Duke, but they haven't done much good. Little secret? If you're having trouble persuading someone, offer a bribe. Don't be so stuffy. Bribes are the lubricant of honest commerce. Okay, guard. Little advice, just because your superior gives you a task, don't assume you should be able to do it. Your superior doesn't really know what you can or can't handle. And some superiors don't care. Interesting. Latest rumors. I heard Vvardenfell was having an affair with the wife of one of the other counselors. Wow. Imperial law. Don't steal. Don't brawl or start fights. Don't kill except in self-defense. If you're caught, guards will let you choose your punishment. Fines or hard labor.
Macera.
Cool. Gajulan. Armun on left pauldron. Cool. What do we go outside? Okay, cool. Now we're up on the roof. Hey, sick. Wonder if our draw distance is still too far. Should we like turn it down more? Kind of feels like we should, actually. Let's tweak it down. Open Morrowind has these nice, you know, has nicely built-in features for all of this. 3. Okay. Great. Tune in next week for a 4-hour hard labor redemption stream. It's the content that people want, Collie. Can't get enough. Hey, Spy Check, welcome. Okay. Do you see the difference already? So we can no longer see that tower off in the distance. I think that's better. Right? You've been wanting to try the Open Morrowind multiplayer mod. Cool. I think that's good. I think that's a good trade-off. You know, honestly, yeah, like we've been able to see too far almost. You think someone would do that? Just go and sell stolen goods? Oh, couldn't imagine. Hey, a book. Words and Philosophy. I love the sound of that. Words and Philosophy. Let me in there. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your long blade skill increased to 39. Sick. You know, we're gonna get like a level up off these books. I'm telling you. Yo, Smorphosaurus, welcome. Thank you so much, Smorphosaurus. Welcome. Hope your stream is great. Thank you for the raid. I'm doing great, Smorph. We're reading the heck out of Morrowind. How was your art stream? I hope it was really nice and fun. Welcome, everybody. You feel that playing the Xbox version, it does look very different, though. Yes, so we have some mods installed, Spycheck. In fact, I followed one of the modding guides for Open Morrowind. Yeah, it's not a ton of mods, but it does use AI upscaled textures, which makes a big difference. You played some games first, and then you ended with art. Nice, Morphosaurus. Nice. Very nice. Lady Bennock's Words and Philosophy. Lady Elena Bennock, former master of the Valenwood Fighters Guild and head of the Emperor's personal guard in the Imperial City, has been leading a campaign to reacquaint the soldiers of Tamriel with the sword. I met with her on 3 different occasions for the purposes of this book. The first time was at her suite in the palace on the balcony overlooking the gardens below. I was early for the interview, which had taken me nearly 6 months to arrange, but she gently chided me for not being even earlier. I've had time to put up my defenses now, she said, her bright green eyes smiling. Lady Bennock is a Bosmer, a wood elf, and like her ancestors, took to the bow in her early years. She excelled at the sport, and by the age of 14, she had joined the hunting party of her tribe as a jackspur, a long-distance shooter. During the Black Year of 396, when the Parik tribe began their rampage through southeastern Valenwood with the aid of powers from the Somerset Isle, Lady Bennock fought the futile battle to keep her tribe's land. I killed someone for the first time when I was 16, she says now. I don't remember it very well. He or she was just a blur on the horizon where I aimed my bow. It meant no more to me than shooting animals. I probably killed 100 people like that during that summer and fall. I didn't really feel like a killer until that wintertide, when I learned what it was like to look into a man's eyes as you spilled his blood. It was a scout from the Parik tribe who surprised me while I was on camp watch. We surprised each other, I suppose. I had my bow at my side, and I just panicked, trying to string an arrow when he was half a yard away from me. It was the only thing I knew to do. Of course, he struck first with his blade, and I just fell back in shock. You always remember the mistakes of your first victim. His mistake was assuming because he had drawn blood and I had fallen that I was dead. I rushed at him from the moment he turned from me towards the sleeping camp of my tribesmen. He was caught off guard, and I wrested his blade away from him. I don't know how many times I stabbed him. By the time I stopped, when the next watch came to relieve me, my arms were black and blue with strain, and there was not a solid piece of him left. I literally cut him into pieces. Oh, you see, I had no concept of how to fight or how much it took to kill a man. Cool. Lady Bannock, aware of this deficiency in her education, began teaching herself swordsmanship at once. You can't learn how to use a sword in Valenwood, she says, which isn't to say Bosmer can't use blades, but we're largely self-taught. As much as it hurt when my tribe found itself homeless, pushed to the north, it did have one good aspect. It afforded me the opportunity to meet Redguards. Oblivion isn't bad, I think. They're just different. They're different games. I think Oblivion just I think Oblivion would benefit from being modded quite a lot. I think that makes a big difference. I think as a base, like in its vanilla implementation, I think there are some major issues, like mechanically, a little bit. That you hear about more than with it's not bad. It just sucks a lot. I enjoyed Oblivion. That was how I got introduced to the Elder Scrolls. Studying all manners of weapon wielding under the... Although I did end the game at like level 1 because I didn't appreciate that you had to sleep to level up. You know? It didn't quite click for me. Studying all manners of weapon wielding under the tutelage of Warday Akor, Lady Bannock excelled. She became a freelance adventurer, traveling through the wilds of southern Hammerfell and northern Valenwood, protecting caravans and visiting dignitaries from the various dangers indigenous to the population. Unfortunately, before we were able to pursue her story of her early years any further, Lady Bannock was called away on urgent summons from the Emperor. Such is often the case with the Imperial Guard, and in these troubled times, perhaps more so than in the past. When I tried to contact her for another talk, her servants informed me that their mistress was in Skyrim. Another month passed, and when I visited her suite, I was told she was in High Rock. You never played any of these games until Neverwinter? Yeah, Cleaver? I think Oblivion gets was unfairly maligned. To her credit, Lady Bannock actually sought me out for our second interview on Sun's dusk of that year. I was in a tavern in the city called the Blood and Rooster when I felt her hand on my shoulder. She sat down at the rude table and continued her tale as if it had never been interrupted. She returned to the theme of her days as an adventurer, and she told me about the first time she ever felt confident with a sword. I owned, at that time, an enchanted dai katana, quite a good one, of Daedric metal. It wasn't an original akaviri, not even of design. I didn't have that kind of money, but it served my primary purpose of delivering as much damage, with as little effort on my part, as possible. Akor taught me how to fence, but when faced with a life-or-death situation, I always fell back on the old overhand wallop. A pack of orcs had stolen some gold from a local chieftain in Meditea. I went looking for them in one of the ubiquitous dungeons that dot the countryside in that region. There were the usual rats and giant spiders, and I was enough of a veteran by then to dispatch them with relative ease. The problem came when I found myself in a pitch-black room, and all around me I heard the grunts of orcs nearing in. I waved my sword around me, connecting with nothing, hearing their footsteps coming ever nearer. Somehow I managed to hold back my fear and to remember the simple exercises Master Akor had taught me. I listened, stepped sideways, swung, twisted, stepped forward, swung a circle, turned around, sidestepped, swung. My instinct was right. The orcs had gathered in a circle around me, and when I found a light, I saw that they were all dead. Gasp! You tend to go around being a kleptomaniac? Yeah, us too is so smorf, but it's because we're so poor, okay? And there's so many cool things to buy and read. I don't think either Oblivion or Skyrim had the sincerity and genuine interest that was present in creating this game. It's completely true, Delta. I think they were more manufactured. Like, Oblivion and Skyrim are more manufactured. Yeah, that's completely true. They're not quite as condensed, and like they're not as like sort of just in terms of like their character and, you know, their level of care. There's like 7 cool quest twists I can think of offhand. The game surprised you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited to make any progress, even in our main quest here. My instinct, yes, that's when I focused on my study of swordplay. I'm stupid enough to require a near-death experience to see the practical purposes, you see. Lady Bennock spent the remainder of the interview responding in her typically blunt way to the veracity of various myths that surrounded her and her career. It was true that she became the master of the Valenwood Fighters Guild after winning a duel with the former master, who was a stooge of the Imperial Battle Mage, the traitor Jagar Tharn. It was not true that she was the one responsible for the Valenwood Guild's disintegration 2 years later. Actually, my membership in the Valenwood chapter was healthy, but in Tamriel overall, the mood was not conducive for the continued existence of a non-partisan organization of freelance warriors. It was true that she first came to the Emperor's attention when she defended Queen Akorethi of Sentinel from a Breton assassin. It was not true that the assassin was hired by someone in the High Court of Daggerfall. At least, she says wryly, that has never been proven. You want it voiced by me? The audiobook? Some great public domain audiobooks on LibriVox, yeah. You wanna make a Count of Monte Cristo one? That would be fun, yeah. A game that is just hidden audiobooks for normies. That's I like that idea actually, Spycheck, a lot. It was true that she first came to the Emperor's attention when she defended. It was also true that she married her former servant, Urken, after he had been in her service for 11 years. No one knows how to keep my weaponry honed like he does, she says. It's a practical business. I either had to give him a raise or marry him. The only story I asked her that she would neither admit nor refute was the one about Calaxes, the Emperor's bastard. When I brought up the name, she shrugged, professing no knowledge of the affair. I pressed on with the details of the story. Calaxes, though not in line for succession, had been given the Archbishopric of the One, a powerful position in the imperial city, and indeed all over Tamriel, where that religion is honored. Whispering began immediately that Calaxes believed that the gods were angered with the secular governments of Tamriel and the Emperor specifically. It was even said that Calaxes advocated full-scale rebellion to establish a theocracy over the Empire. It is certainly true, I pressed on, that the Emperor's relationship with Calaxes had become very stormy, that legislation had been passed to limit the Church's authority. That is, up until the moment when Calaxes disappeared suddenly, without notice to his close friends. Many said that Lady Bennock and the Imperial Guard assassinated the Archbishopric Calaxes in the sacristy of his church. The date usually given as the 29th of Sun's Dusk, 3rd Era 498. Based and Calaxes pilled. Of course, responds Lady Bennock with one of her mysterious grins. No, Moonpie, stop rubbing on my keyboard. Of course, responds Lady Bennock with one of her mysterious grins. I don't need to tell you that the Imperial Guard's position is as protectors of the throne, not assassins. But surely no one is more trusted than the Guard for such a sensitive operation, I say, carefully. Lady Bennock acknowledges that, but merely says that such details of her duties must remain secret, as a matter of imperial security. Unfortunately, her ladyship had to leave early the next morning, as the Emperor had business down south, of course. I couldn't be told more specifics. She promised to send me word when she returned so we could continue our interview. As it turned out, I had business. Okay, Moonpie, I love you, but you can't sneeze on me. It's a little bit of a lot for you to be sneezing on me. No, Moonpie. As it turned out, I had business of my own in the Somerset Isle, compiling a book on the Sigic Order. It was therefore with surprise that I met her ladyship 3 months later in Firsthold. We managed to get away from our respective duties to complete our 3rd and final interview on a walk along the Daisedo, the great river that passes through the royal parks of the city. Okay, Moonpie. Cat sneezes are so hectic, yeah, and this cat has really big sneezes, actually. Steering away from questions of her recent duties and assignments, which I guessed she was loath to answer, I returned to the subject of sword fighting. Frandar Hunding, she says, lists 38 grips, 750 offensive and 1,800 defensive positions, and nearly 9,000 moves essential to sword mastery. The average hack and slasher knows one grip, which he uses primarily to keep from dropping his blade. He knows one offensive position, facing his target, and one defensive position, fleeing. Of the multitudinous rhythms and inflections of combat, he knows less than one. The ways of the warrior were never meant to be the easiest path. The archetype of the idiot fighter is as solidly ingrained as that of the brilliant wizard and the shrewd thief, but it was not always so. The figure of the philosopher swordsman, the blade-wielding artist are creatures of the past, together with the sword singer of the Red Guards, who is said to be able to create and wield a blade with but the power of his mind. The future of the intelligent blade wielder looks bleak in comparison to the glories of the past. Not wanting to end our interviews on a sour note, I pressed Lady Elena Bennock for advice for young blade swingers just beginning their careers. When confronted with a wizard, she says, throwing petals of canthe leaf onto the Daisedo, close the distance and hit him hard. Cool. Scooey! Alright, that was our 77th book. 77th book we've read tonight. Nice, okay. Yeah. Yeah, take those ingredients. Cool. Man, it's a good thing we're exploring. Otherwise, we would have missed that book. Okay, so it is nighttime. What time is it exactly? It's 8 p.m. Okay, we walked up there into that guard tower. How about this guard tower? 8 books is good pace. It is, isn't it? We started at 69, yeah. It's a couple percent this stream. Couple percent indeed. Let's go downstairs first if we can. Okay. Hello, ahoy.
Yes, madame.
What are you up to, friend? Just hanging out down here? Just you and your tiny little storage room? That's funny that the stairs are there. You know, it's like, hi. Okay, we go up. If you miss a book, playthrough is invalid. Well, we'll have to look up where they are. Your athletic skill increased to 18. That's huge. Oh. Every point we get in athletics makes us go faster. Yo, I see books. Another silver claymore is actually huge. I think we can get this, yeah. Huge money. Huge money. Okay. What have we got here? All right, the Book of Dawn and Dusk we've read. Yep. Sariani's Sermons read. Lives of the Saints read. Okay. Okay. Man, I didn't even need to pay for my silver claymore. Could have just stole one here. 18 on athletics is huge. It makes every point makes us faster. Which is just like, we are so fucking slow in this game. It's astonishing. All right, let's mosey on over to the shrine, the temple, the tribunal temple, and we can sleep there until it's daylight, at least. I can already feel us moving faster. It's amazing. Like, so, it's like 1 point. It's just feels good. Every day and every way, I'm getting better. Sleep. Why don't we sleep about, give yourself a good 8 hours. Okay. Such speed, yes. Such agility. Such grace. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm so energized. Oh my fucking god. We've read so many books. I've spent so many hours reading books. Let's finish exploring up here at least. And I'm not even lying. I can tell that we're moving faster. Like, significantly. If you started with like 1 athletics in this game, you would be so screwed. You've gone into there. That's the Marok Tong place. We've not gone into here. What are you? Balmora Halalo Manor. It's locked, though. Okay. How about over here? Sue Reed. Oh, I love that. Nerano Manor. Did we need to look in the Nerano Manor? Trying to recall. We did look in here. This was where we found a whole bunch of awesome shit. Okay, so we just have these houses over here. This is House Halalu. Okay, cool. This is the main place. This must be the place. Talk to you.
Do you have something to say, Dumner?
Cool. Howdy. Neleno Dorvain. I am Neleno Dorvain. I keep business going here in Balmora while the Halalu counselors are away, which is most of the time. Rules. The rules of House Halalu are simple. You must never interfere with the business of House Halalu, or if you do, be sure you are not caught. Oh, good advice. If you are never caught stealing from a member or attacking a member, you'll be fine. If you are expelled, you'll have to make amends. Very pragmatic advice. House Halalu requirements. To join House Halalu, one must be swift and agile. We value the refined arts of speech and barter. House Halalu places exceptional value on property and its protection, and thus the knowledge of security is essential. Although our house avoids violence whenever possible, a Halalu must know how to use light armor, short blades, and ranged weapons to provide for the house's security. House Halalu. The least corrupt Halalu person, yeah. The Halalu counselors have conferred upon me the great honor of interviewing those who wish to become members of our illustrious house. Do you want to join House Halalu? Halalu counselors. Here's a recent edition of the Yellow Book of Great House Halalu. It lists the current Halalu counselors and their residences. I might tell you more for a small consideration. Yellow Book of 3rd Era 426 has been added to your inventory. Bribe her 50 drakes? Whatever, we have the money, sure. The one you should speak with is Crashius Curio. His manor is in the Halalu Plaza in Vivek. Of the Halalu counselors, he is the one most likely to listen to your requests, whatever they may be. Cool. Volanda Omani. Omani Manor is on an island east of Vivek. You can get there by following the road east of Vivek, then south past Ald Sotha, but it might be easier to just swim there from Vivek. Nevena Yules. She lives in Yules Manor near Suran. Just take the road north out of Suran, cross the bridge heading west, and look for a manor south of the road, Suran. It's a busy port on the north shore of Lake Masobi in the northwest corner of the Ashadian Isles. You can get there by going east from Pelagiad and around the north side of the Dren Plantation, following the roads east until you reach Suran. You can also take a silt strider there from Molag Mar or Vivek. Halalu counselors. As I said, Crashius Curio is the most open-minded of the Halalu counselors, though somewhat eccentric. If you get lost, consult a recent edition of the Yellow Book. Ebonheart. Ebonheart is south of Pelagiad, between Vivek and Sidonin. Take the road south to Pelagiad, then continue the road towards Vivek. Keep an eye on the signposts, and you shouldn't have any trouble reaching Ebonheart. Dram Barrow. I think he lives somewhere in Vivek, Crashius Curio. He can be very eccentric at times, but his weaknesses allow him to be manipulated. He lives in the Halalu Plaza in Vivek. Business. If you want to talk business, you've come to the right place. Do you want to join House Halalu? Advancement. You must join House Halalu before you can receive advancement. Barter. Masters, probe, and lockpick. Okay, I'm gonna buy one. I'm really curious if this means... if that means we can lockpick really difficult locks. I need to check. I guess let's join. I do not understand the negative consequences to joining. Yes, we are a worthy candidate, and we accept anyone who wants to join, even Outlanders. Are you interested in joining? Sure, why not? Give me a quest. Very well. You are now a member of House Halalu. When you're ready, we can discuss business and advancement in House Halalu. Join House Halalu. You already belong to House Halalu. Business. Just a minute, iios. Say that again. Say that again? How fortunate. Your voice sounds almost like the Redoran Remelria Saram who died, just recently. Would you be willing to disguise yourself as Remelria Saram and get orders from House Redoran, then deliver the orders to me? Sure. Good. Take this helm and speak with Naminda at the Redoran Council. Take a silt strider to Aldroon, then look under Scar. When she asks what you want, say you are an orphan of Arnesia. Naminda should give you a coded message to deliver. Bring that coded message to me instead. Native Gajulan Bone Mold Helm has been added to your inventory. Say that again? You don't need to say it again. Remel Rea Saram. Remel Rhea Suram was disfigured in battle and known for always wearing her helm in public. That's the only reason I'd ask you to try and fool Naminda. When you talk with her, make sure you wear the helm I gave you. Orphan of Arnesia. Yes, that is the code phrase you should use when you speak with Naminda. Make sure you wear the helm I gave you. House Halalu. Yes, we both belong to House Halalu. Are you here to discuss business? Business. Like I said, wear Remel Rhea Suram's helm and use the phrase Orphan of Arnesia with Naminda and Aldrune. Advancement. No one doubts your ability to handle business, but you simply don't have enough experience yet. Aldrune has 2 main districts. The Redoran Council and Manors, under the shell of the Emperor Crab, are known as Aldrune under Scar. Goodbye. Wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how it tells if we're a part of one house or not. Nice. Hey, Imar. Hello, friend. I'm Imar, and welcome to Balmora. Cool. Business. If you want to talk business, speak with Naleno Dorvain. Marwyn Lore. Smuggling is the most profitable criminal enterprise here. They smuggle skooma, moon sugar, ebony, dweemer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons and armor, slaves, alcoholic beverages. You don't say. Cast a minute and a half of invisibility? Jesus. So we're looking for the cheapest spells here. None of these are cheap, actually. Conceptually, really what I should be doing is trying to get, like, different spell effects so that I have the ability to craft my own spells with those effects. That's what I should really be trying. Ashlanders. The Ashlanders worship their ancestors. The Ashlander tribes are led by their Ashkan warrior chiefs and guided by the wisdom and prophecies of their wise women. Latest rumors. House Halalu would much rather have the Caldera Charter, thank you very much, and run those ebony mines ourselves, but it hasn't worked out so badly. The Imperial Caldera Mining Company is laying out the cash and doing the work, and we're taking the cream off the top in graft and bribes. No wonder Redoran is angry, and when they're angry, they're dangerous. Marwyn Lore. The Kamanatong are in direct competition with the Thieves Guild for control of illegal trade in Morrowind, and they have sworn to exterminate the upstart Outlander newcomers. The Kamanatong are known for their brutal disregard of human life. Settlements in Morrowind. Town and city folk live either in the metropolitan style of Vivec City, the native urban styles of towns like Aldrune, or the imperial style of recent settlements like Caldera, Vvardenfell. Only recently open to settlement and trade, most of Vvardenfell's population is confined to the relatively hospitable west and southwest coast, centered around the ancient city of Vivec and the old Great House district centers at Balmora, Aldrune, and Sadrith Marah. Cool.
What do you think of Balmora, Outlander?
Okay, you, hi. Dondos, whatever. You don't care about anything.
What do you think of Balmora, Outlander?
What have we got? What have we got? Elaine's architecture of the Second Isle. Elaine's architecture. Big. Tell me. This is Ghislaine Marali's outdated but entertainingly written and well-illustrated reference on late Dweemer architecture. Excerpt is from the chapter describing the Second Empire style of approaches and defenses, and mentioning the common formal convention of the 4 tests. The book also mentions that the Telvanni have adopted this 4 tests convention as an aesthetic element in their defense and approaches to their towers. The test of pattern requires the observer to examine and analyze for patterns before he acts, with the understanding that many patterns are subtle or hidden. The test of disorder requires the observer to proceed systematically when no pattern is perceived. When the observer recognizes that many things must be done and in no specific order, the procedure is to perceive and order all the things to be done, and, upon doing a thing, to recall how and when that thing has been done. For example, the observer must remember the initial position of a thing and also the new position of that thing. The test of evasion requires the observer to examine the obstacle and compare his resources and abilities. If the obstacle is too difficult, seek for a path around the difficulty. The test of confrontation requires the observer to examine the obstacle and compare his resources and abilities. If the obstacle is too difficult, look for a path around the difficulty, but if no path around can be found, confront the obstacle directly. Fascinating. Yeah, we'll see if we can join. I don't really want to betray any particular house. Nice big second story here. Door outside.
Yes, sir.
Lots of bottles. Does this go... Okay, to a balcony. Nice sunlight. They have another book here. Yeah, what's up with you? Hi, Bolnor Andrani.
Yay.
I'm gonna stop reading most of these main section introductions because they are the same most of the time. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. Hey Shogarath, that's so sweet of you to say. You know, I genuinely care about trying to say stuff correctly and trying to say it. I don't know why, but it's like a compulsion. It's like I'm compulsion. Yeah, Shogarath, if we hadn't quit by now, we're not gonna quit. As it wears out, armor becomes less effective. Broken armor is useless until you repair it, but worn armor stops only part of the damage that good armor does. Learn armor repair and fix your armor piece by piece before every big battle, or pay a smith to fix your armor. You have more basic level stuff. I don't know how to use our probes. I do know, actually. No, we have a probe here. I don't understand how the probe works. Anyway, again, we are we're stretched very thin on weight. Actually, I just got a claymore that's heavy. We can sell that. Mervs Uvain.
What do you want?
Martial arts. Admirers of the unarmored martial arts traditions of the Marsh Marrow, Salt Rice, and Golden Reed societies have adapted them for use in the Mages Guild, in the criminal subcultures, and among opponents of imperial occupation of Morrowind. The Morag Tong is an assassin's guild sanctioned by the Empire to provide 3 varieties of execution. Public executions, private executions, and house war executions. Yes, you don't say. Oh yeah, we didn't read the yellow book that we got. Whoops. Let's do that. Gold yellow book. The Yellow Book of Great House Halalu. It's book 80? 79. Counselors of House Halalu. Vvardenfell District, Imperial Era 426. Mistress Valanda Omani. Oh my goodness. By grace of Almsevi, honored counselor of Halalu Council, Vvardenfell District, free trader, lord of Omani Plantation, Elmas Island, East Vivek, District of Vvardenfell, province of Morrowind. Wow, we're just doxing all of these counselors, are we? Master Dramborough, by grace of Almsevi, honored counselor of Halalu Council, Vvardenfell District, free trader, gentleman of no fixed residence, Vivek District of Vvardenfell, province of Morrowind. Master Crashius Curio, by grace of Almsevi, honored counselor of Halalu Council, Vvardenfell District, free trader, Curio Manor, Halalu Compound, Vivek, District of Vvardenfell, province of Morrowind. Master Yingling Half-Troll, by grace of Almsevi, honored counselor of Halalu Council, Vvardenfell District, free trader, Yingling Manor, Canton of St. Olms, Vivek, District of Vvardenfell, province of Morrowind. Mistress Nevena Ulis, by grace of Almsevi, honored counselor of Halalu Council, Vvardenfell District, free trader, Ulis Manor, Suran, Ashadian Isles, Bal-Ur, District of Vvardenfell, province of Morrowind. Council affairs of note. King Halalu Athin Lathan, High Counselor and Lord of Morrowind, grants relief to merchants complaining of high tariffs on imported alcoholic beverages. The Council is pleased to report a reduction in the incidence of theft and violent crime in the Halalu House districts, thanks to the vigilance of the legions and stern sentences by the magistrates. The Council laments the unfortunate disturbances of the public peace resulting from increasingly aggressive competition between the Thieves Guild and the Kamana Tong for control of the black markets. A minor tax revolt in Balmora was suppressed without undue harm to life and property. The council sent deputations to the Duke to express their concerns over the high tax rates and the injurious effect of high tariffs on trade. Great. Someone had a thing for trolls? Yeah, half troll, apparently. I don't know that I've... Holy cannoli. Some more books over here. We've read Anticipations. Constellations of Prayer. We've read. Cantatas of Vivek we've read. Frontier Conquest we've read. Varieties of Faith we've read. Adrian Data we've read. And the True Noble's Code we have not read. We're doing pretty good if we get to a point where, like, you know, 7 out of 8 books that we find we've actually read. This is book number 80. The True Noble's Code by Sergio Athen Serethi. The honorable warriors of the great House Redoran are the hereditary defenders of Morrowind. To be a noble of House Redoran is more than being a great warrior. One must follow the triune virtues of duty, gravity, and piety. A Redoran's duty is first to the tribunal temple, second to the great House Redoran, and third to one's family and clan. In the Battle of Red Mountain, warriors of House Redoran died bravely for their duty to the tribunal. By defending House Redoran from the schemes of Telvanni wizards and the lies of untrustworthy Hlaalu, the true noble shows duty to House Redoran. Following the temple's guidelines of mercy and generosity shows duty to one's family and clan. A Redoran noble must know the virtue of gravity. It is not the Redoran way to laugh at serious matters, for it shows disrespect. It is not the Redoran way to spread rumors, for they fester and breed dissension. A Redoran must show piety to the Aedra and Daedra, our creators and ancestors. For without the divine, we would not have the chance to serve. And without divine law, we would not know right from wrong. And without giving thanks for these things, we would forget our place. Tut. Clearly, they needed somebody to proofread literally all of these books. And our purpose. Great House Redoran praises all the skills of war, not because we believe war is good or honorable in its own right, but because this knowledge is necessary to perform one's duty. House Redoran's warriors fight with a long blade and a shield, or with a spear. A noble of House Redoran must also learn to use a bow and must be athletic enough for the long marches to battle. A Redoran wears heavy or medium armor depending on rank and strategy. A noble of House Redoran is expected to know how to repair and maintain his own armor. Those who are born to House Redoran have been taught their skill and virtues by kin and clan. Those who seek to enter House Redoran as retainers must satisfy an examiner in the Redoran Council Hall that their skills are suitable for service to House Redoran. Whether born to the blood of House Redoran or adopted into service of House Redoran by oath, those who seek to advance in the ranks of House Redoran must demonstrate their virtues by service and obedience, and only when one has mastered all of the skills and virtues can one truly call himself a noble of the great House Redoran. Cool. We'll go upstairs. No, sleep, Till. All books read in the game. Falvel Arnim. Foyada. Foyada means fire river in the native Ashlander language. The deep, ash-dark ravines which run down from the Red Mountain volcano are called Foyada. Okay, I've actually read all of this before. Imperial law. An adventurer should know the basics of imperial law concerning life and property. Verbal assault, pickpocketing, and trespassing are minor crimes, punished by fines or hard labor. Theft and foul murder are felonies. Theft is punished by fines proportional to the value of the property stolen, or by hard labor. Foul murder is punishable by fines of at least 1,000 drakes, or by hard labor. Johan says welcome. Fines and compensation are determined by magistrates and may be paid to guards. In place of fines, the criminal may serve extended sentences of hard labor. The work camps are hard places for hard men, and for each day served, expect to lose some hard-earned skill as a result of physical, mental, or emotional punishment. Barter. The Firmament. Have we read that? I think we have. So good to see you, and Sizzle. Welcome. Yeah, we've read the Firmament. We've read the guides. Good. What do you train? Mercantile, actually, would be juicy. Is it... We have money, but not that much money. 1,300. And we just were given a fairly heavy helm we don't have to carry everywhere. Hello there. Orny Vaughn. Fancy meeting you in this tiny and closed-off room. Training. Sneak hand to hand. Okay. Scooey! Getting out of here. Alright, so we're now a member of House Hlaalu and the Moragtong and the Fighters Guild and the Majors Guild. Kicking ass.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Cool.
So, where are you from?
Almost done. This is a manor. Balmora, Tiravel Manor. That's the kind of manor it is. This is actually like a fancy house.
Is there something I can do for you?
I love that we just stroll into the fancy house.
Is there something you need?
It's one thing that's kind of fun about Oblivion is I feel like people would follow you. Like, if you walked up to their rooms, they would like be like, "What are you doing?" Hey friend, Buriras Tiravel. Rumors? Lore. These outlanders won't be happy until slavery is outlawed. Our plantations depend on slaves, mostly down in Dres district, but here in the Ashadian Isles too. It's our right to have slaves by law and custom, and it's none of their damn business. Long blades include the broadsword, saber, longsword, katana, claymore, and dai katana. Mystery of Talara, Part 3. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your destruction skill increased to 16. The Mystery of... One second. Mystery of Talara. The Mystery of Princess Talara, Part 3. See, things like this will increase the length of our read-through by quite a bit. So it goes, comma, part 1. Okay. I think that's the right way to do it. They're actually numbered here. They use so many different like symbols and stuff for numbering these books. It's so inconsistent. My immersion. Comma. Part 3. Yo, hey, Moosey Fate, welcome. There we go. Because you can't stop. You won't stop. Because you can't stop. You needed to replace your front brake pads for 6 weeks. Squealing, grinding, etc. The new pads have been sitting in your trunk for about 6 months. Oh, good. And congrats and stuff. Well, that's great. That's actually a good life chore to get done. I have played Oblivion, Shogareth, and Skyrim, but not to this level of detail and not on stream. I've never played Morrowind before. Didn't you talk about the poor person who had to write all this content once? Once? You mean, yeah, they had to do they have to do multiple drafts, and they had to do planning sessions, and they had to do like review sessions and editing. Oink oink. Oggy oggy oggy. Oink oink oink. Oggy. Oggy oggy oggy. Oink oink oink. Yeah, like it was an assload of work that people put into this. No, the quality of the text is very good. I'm joking about proofreading. The Mystery of Princess Talara, Part 3 by Mura Likith. Norbooth was leaving his favorite pub in Camlorn, the Breaking Branch, when he heard someone calling his name. His was not the sort of a name that could be mistaken for another. He turned and saw Lord Errol, the royal battle mage from the palace, emerge from the darkness of the alley. "My lord," said Norbooth with a pleasant smile. "I'm surprised to see you out this evening, Norbooth," grinned Lord Errol with a most unpleasant smile. "I have not seen you and your master very much since the Millennial celebration, but I understand you've been very busy. What I've been wondering is what you've been doing." "Protecting the Imperial interests in Camlorn is busy work, my lord. But I cannot imagine you would be interested in the minutiae of the ambassador's appointments." "But I am," said the battle mage, "especially as the ambassadors began acting most mysteriously, most undiplomatically lately. And I understand that he has taken one of the whores from the flower festival into his house. I believe her name is Gina?" Norbooth shrugged. "He's in love. I would imagine, my lord. It can make men act very strangely, as I'm sure you've heard before." "She is a most comely wench," laughed Lord Errol. "Have you noticed how much she resembles the late Princess Talara? I have only been in Camlorn for 15 years, my lord. I never saw her late majesty." The first Elder Scrolls game were made by the devs who asked their bosses if they can make a side project game. It's more a passion project under underpaid staff. This is probably the sweet spot in the development of the Elder Scrolls series. Yeah. So far, that's my impression at least. Now, I could understand it if he had taken to writing poetry, but what man in love spends his days in the kitchens of the palace talking to old servants? That hardly sounds like molten passion to me, even based on my limited experience. Lord Errol rolled his eyes. "And what is this business he has now in, oh, what is the name of that village?" "Umbington," replied Norbooth, and immediately wished he hadn't. Lord Errol was too canny an actor to reveal it, but Norbooth knew at the pit of his stomach that the battle mage did not even know Lord Strahl had left the capital. He had to get away to let the ambassador know, but there was still a game to be carefully played. "He's not leaving for there until tomorrow. I believe it's just to put a stamp on some deed that needs the imperial seal." "Is that all? How tedious for the poor fellow. I suppose I'll see him when he returns. Lord Errol bowed. Thank you for being so informative. Farewell. The moment the royal battle mage turned the corner, Norbuth leapt onto his horse. He had drunk one or two ales too many, but he knew he must find his way to Umbington before Lord Errol's agents did. He galloped east out of the capital, hoping there were signs along the road. Yo, hey, Alabane, welcome. Remember watching my grandpa booting this up for the first time on his original Xbox. I'm so happy seeing people still enjoy this clunky old thing. Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm just... Oh, ye old whippersnappers. Welcome, Alabane. Wow, born in... What is that? The year 1997. You don't say. You don't say. I bet you're playing in your VR headsets and I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. Yep, Scooby. Got him. No, this game is great. It's not clunky. Your face is clunky. So there. What? How many books we hit this stream? Yo, we went from 69 to I think 81. Avatar 81. Yeah. This is the 81st. Good to see you. And welcome, Alibane. It's good to have you. Yeah. Yeah, it runs great. Game runs great. Over 69, but I just wanted to savor the moment. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. I wanted to savor the moment of having read 69 books, I couldn't have said nice in my stream title if I had updated it. Now could I? Seated in a tavern that smelled of mildew and sour beer, Lord Strala marveled at how the Emperor's agent, Lady Brisciana, always found the most public of places for her most private of conferences. It was harvest time in Umbington, and all of the field hands were drinking away their meager wages in the noisiest of fashions. He was dressed appropriately for the venue, rough trousers and a simple peasant's vest, but he still felt conspicuous. In comparison to his two female companions, he certainly was. The woman to his right was used to frequenting the low places of Daggerfall as a common prostitute.
We would like to listen to a new limerick. 969 eyes.
969, nice! Wow, a lewd limerick has been redeemed. Thank you, KQ, thank you. Number 969, you say. Oof, reaching far back. Chapter 17. Women. That's the best for last. A barber... I'm sorry. Start that over. A bather... I wrote a lot of words tonight. A bather, whose clothing was strewed by winds that left her quite nude, saw a man come along, and unless we are wrong, you expected this line to be lewd. Oh, wow, got him. Wow, it's the meta limerick. Got him, the meta limerick. Yeah, great, good stuff, good stuff. They probably even put that limerick as the 969th one. They were like, dirty number, funny number. Not a lewd limerick, scammed. It was good. Honestly, KQ, that makes up for all of the other terrible, terrible limericks that we have read from this book. Yeah, big claps, yeah. Lady Brisciana to his left was even more clearly in her element. By what name would you prefer I call you? Lady Brisciana asked solicitously. I am used to the name Jaina, though that may have to change, was her reply. Of course it may not. Jaina the whore may be the name writ on my grave. I will see to it that there is no attempt on your life like at the flower festival. Lord Strale frowned, but without the Emperor's help, I won't be able to protect you forever. The only permanent solution is to capture those who would do you harm, and then to raise you to your proper station. Do you believe my story? Jaina turned to Lady Brisciana. I have been the Emperor's chief agent on High Rock for many years now, and I have heard few stranger tales. If your friend, the ambassador, hadn't investigated and discovered what he has, I would have dismissed you outright as a madwoman. Brisciana laughed, forcing a smile onto Jaina's face to match. But now, yes, I do believe you. Perhaps that makes me the madwoman. Will you help us? Asked Lord Strale simply. It is a tricky business, interfering in the affairs of the provincial kingdoms. Lady Brisciana looked into the depths of her mug thoughtfully. Unless there is a threat to the Empire itself, we find it is best not to meddle. What we have in your case is a very messy assassination that happened 20 years ago and its aftermath. If His Imperial Majesty involved itself in every bloody hiccup in the succession of each of his 1,000 vassal kingdoms, he would never accomplish anything for the greater good of Tamriel. I understand, murmured Jaina. When I remembered everything, who I was and what happened to me, I resolved to do nothing about it. Wait, what? In fact, I was leaving Camlorn and going back home to Daggerfall when I saw Lord Strale again. He was the one who began this quest to resolve this, not me. And when he brought me back, I only wanted to see my cousin to tell her who I was, but he forbade me. It would have been too dangerous, growled Strale. We still don't know yet the depths of the conspiracy. Perhaps we never will. The good news is, in the Star Trek future, the limerick has been abandoned as an art form. I mean, there was a young woman from Venus whose body was shaped like a thank you, Mr. Data. Doesn't even rhyme. Wait. I wish I knew Star Trek well enough to appreciate why that's a very funny joke, but welcome, Katanen. I'm sure that you could come up with, some appropriately, nope, too late at night. Words escape me. I'm sure you could come up with some appropriately sterile Trek limericks. Trust me, I'm sure the Trekkies, it doesn't stop them from, writing their fan fiction. I'm sorry, I always find myself giving long explanations to short questions. When Lord Strale asked if I would help, I should have begun by saying yes. Lady Brysiana laughed at the change in Lord Strale and Jaina's expressions. I will help you, of course. But for this to turn out well, you must accomplish 2 things to the Emperor's satisfaction. First, you must prove with absolute certainty who is the power behind this plot you've uncovered. You must get someone to confess. And secondly, said Lord Strale, nodding, we must prove that this is a matter worthy of His Imperial Majesty's consideration, and not merely a minor local concern. Lord Strale, Lady Brysiana, and the woman who called herself Jaina discussed how to accomplish their goals for a few hours more. When it was agreed what had to be done, Lady Brysiana took her leave to find her ally, Pros Secus. Strale and Jaina set off to the west toward Camlorn. It was not long after beginning their ride through the woods that they heard the sound of galloping hoofbeats far up ahead. Lady Strale unsheathed his sword and signaled for Jaina to position her horse behind him. At that moment, they were attacked on all sides. It was an ambush. 8 men armed with axes had been lying in wait. Lord Strale quickly yanked Jaina from her horse, pulling her behind him. He made a brief, deft motion with his hands. A ring of flame materialized around them and rushed outward, striking their assailants. The men roared in pain and dropped to their knees. Lord Strale jumped the horse over the closest one and galloped at full speed westward. I thought you were an ambassador, not a mage, laughed Jaina. I still believe there are times for diplomacy, replied Lord Strale. The horse and rider they had heard before met them on the road. It was Norbuth. My lord, it's the royal battle mage. He found out you 2 were in Umbington. With considerable ease, I might add, Lord Errol's voice boomed out of the woods. Norbuth, Jaina, and Lord Strale scanned the dark trees, but they showed nothing. The battle mage's voice seemed to emanate from everywhere and nowhere. I'm sorry, my lord, groaned Norbuth. I tried to warn you as soon as I could. In your next life, perhaps you'll remember not to trust your plans to a drunkard, laughed Lord Errol. He had them in his sight, and the spell was unleashed. Norbuth saw him first, by the light of the ball of fire that leapt from his fingertips. Later, Lord Errol was to wonder to himself what the fool had intended to do. Perhaps he was rushing forward to pull Lord Strale out of the path. Perhaps he was trying to flee the path of destruction and had simply moved left when he should have moved right. Perhaps, as unlikely as it seemed, he was willing to sacrifice himself to save his master. Whatever the reason, the result was the same. He got in the way. There was an explosion of energy that filled the night. You're saying her name is Jinnah? No, it doesn't make any sense. And an echoing boom that shook birds from the trees for a mile around. On the few square feet where Norbuth had his horse had stood, was nothing but black glass. They had been reduced to less than vapor. Jaina and Lord Strale were thrown back. Their horse, when it recovered its senses, galloped away as fast as it could. In the lingering, glowing aura of the spell's detonation, Lord Strale looked straight into the woods and into the wide eyes of the battle mage. I think your pronunciation is perfect. Agreed. Oh, like Gaina. Yeah. Like GIF. Yeah. Damn, said Lord Errol and began to run. The ambassador jumped to his feet in pursuit. That was an expensive use of magicka, even for you, said Lord Strale as he ran. Don't you know well enough not to use ranged spells until you are certain your target won't be blocked? I never thought. That idiot. Lord Errol was struck from behind and knocked to the wet forest floor before he had a chance to finish his lamentation. It doesn't matter what you thought, said Lord Strale calmly, flipping the battle mage around and pinning his arms to the ground with his knees. I'm not a battle mage, but I know enough to know not to use my entire reserve on your little ambush. I pronounce GIF. Animated GIF, yeah. That's what I meant. You tripped me up. Not to use my entire reserve on your little ambush. Perhaps Shut the fuck up, Chad, okay? I know how to pronounce shit. I've pronounced a million fucking words tonight. Do not sass me about how you pronounce the word GIF, okay? Perhaps it's a matter of philosophy. As a government agent, I feel inclined toward conservatism. The guy, but logical. What are you going to do? Whimpered Lord Errol. Norbooth was a good man, one of the best, and so on, and so I'm going to hurt you quite a lot. The ambassador made a slight movement, and his hands began to glow brightly. That's a certainty. How much more I'm going to hurt you after that depends on what you tell me. I want to hear about the former Duke of Aloyne. What do you want to know? Lord Errol screamed. Let's start with everything, replied Lord Strale with perfect patience. Sick. Wow, awesome book you got there. Holy shit. Alright, well that finishes off this manor. We read them out of house and home. What's kind of funny is that our progress towards this level up has been like almost all book points, to be honest. If we hover over lockpick, or I guess it's security. Security skill lets one open locked doors and containers with lockpicks or disarm traps with probes. That's what we use probes for. This skill is essential for agents and thieves alike. Interesting. Alright, we made it through almost all of this upper area with the exception of this manor.
Yes, Outlander.
This manor is locked. Maybe we could get to the second story. See, it's just we can't pick the lock now. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's try with our fancy new Master's Lockpick. So expensively attained. Lock too complex. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Foiled. Okay, well, we can't get in up there. Shit. Cool. So we'll have to keep this manor in mind. There's also just a bunch of locked doors all over the place. Okay, so at this point in our experience, we are finally headed down to the lower quarter. We have walked through the kind of like this section. We walked all through and talked to all of those people. And then the upper area, the less popular pronunciation of sobriquet, but every word has been fied tonight. I wasn't sure if sobriquet was correct. And I also don't even know what the hell it means. Okie dokie. So we finally crossed the river. I don't think I've missed any houses. It's possible. In my defense, they're all fucking identical looking, so... Words are just made up, it's fine, yeah. Yeah. A person's nickname. Ah, good to know, Intizzle. I really want to get a define that command. Okay, we're gonna go and sell this claymore if we can. So briquette. So briquette. So briquois.
Is there something you need?
Salesing. Okay. Hi, Thorek. I really need to sell this less good one. Okay, great. So we sell our less good claymore. We now have Actually, a lot of money. We have 1456 money. And a good amount of stuff going for us. We'll want to do some alchemy next time. Or maybe before we leave Balmora, we'll want to do alchemy and clear out our packs. But we finally now head to the river. Down here. Hey, Laundress Bilal. Yes, the beautiful canals of Balmora. We'll actually start over at this building. So beyond this building, we have this sweep of houses that we see. That housing beyond, so like this row of buildings, this row of buildings we have to do. And then that'll be Balmora. Aren't games fun? That house is locked.
Yes, Outlander.
Are you playing with any sort of guide? No, none whatsoever. Just the guide the game gives me. The game tells you to come to Balmora because we're supposed to meet someone here. But they're on the other side of the river. And then I just wanted to see the whole city. You know, I didn't want to do it wrong. Fast Eddie's house? Ed,
Quickly,
Fast
Outlander.
Eddie, come on.
I haven't much time.
They call me Fast Eddie. Who are you? Balmora. I'm just waiting here in Balmora until things cool off a bit in House Telvanni. Interesting. Background. I was the rising star of House Telvanni until the barely living Dratha and Gothrin put a stop to my career. I'm not wearing it because we're not actually supposed to meet him. Right? Yeah, we're supposed to meet Naminda. So no, we've got our face out. Face out! Yeah, no guy. We're just raw dogging it. We're just raw dogging the whole game here. Beautiful. Face off! Face off! A little bit framey sometimes. God, you know, the game's actually fun once you stop reading books for dozens of hours on end. Carlila's house. Hi, Carlira. Nothing.
Talk is free. What
So
do you
we've
want?
even got to a point where advice and secret and Morrowind lore are all grayed out. That's actually really good for us. Me, at least, because it means that I won't have to read as much. Did I say that, Ellipses? I don't think that's accurate. Yes, security skill increased. Wait, close. Cancel. Take all. But here. Can I do this? This is a ooh, big lockpicks. 75 is really good here. Okay, great. Stealing people's life savings here, Ellipses, you know? And we have another lovely book. Lucky us. What do you want to bet? It's a skill point. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your conjuration skill increased to 6. The Warrior's Charge. Warrior's Charge. Doing great. Doing just great. An old poem of the Red Guards. You know, like a small dog who's new to the world, exploring, a raw dog, if you will. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Being tired of reading, looking at a percentage complete. Oh, Moosey Fate. I'm feeling great power coming to me from that completion percentage. Because that's how many books I never have to read again. That's how far we've come so far. Surely we can go a little farther. And the stars sung far-flung tales, wreathed in the silver of Yokuda fair, of a warrior who, arrayed in hue sails, his charges through the serpent's snare. And the Lord of Runes, so bored so soon, leaves the ship for an evening's dare, perchance to wake the coiled snake, to take its shirts of scales to wear. And the Lady East, who every beast, asleep or a prowl, can rouse a scare, screams as her eye, a light in the sky, a worm no goodly sight can bear. And the mailed steed adjoins the deed, not to be undone from his worthy share, rides the night towards scale bright, leaving the seasoned warrior's care. Then the serpent rose and made stead close. The targets lay plain and there, but the warrior's blade the snake unnayed, and the charges wander no more, they swear. I feel like this must be about, like, the constellations. Thanks for the expensive book, friend. It's a big deal for us. Cool. When we thought nothing of exposing our face holes to the world, how innocent we were. Yeah, we were so young. We have a bunch of locked houses. I will want to figure out how to get into at some point. That one as well. Alright, that actually clears out the row of houses over here, and so now we can actually cross the river. Are you ready? I'm not trying to be cinematic, we actually just need to recharge our stamina. It's pretty funny, the game, like, low stamina will even affect your, like, ability, your, like, mercantile skill and stuff. So, like, if you have low stamina when you walk up to, like, a vendor, you, like, end up paying more money. You always kind of hated having to ride on public transit. It was a bittersweet kind of thing, like, I do enjoy the drama of it. If you don't know what I mean, that's okay, but I always enjoy the, you know, like, not the, like trashy drama or whatever, but just, like, the drama of being caught up with other people. Hi, Hirinda. Come on, Atong. I don't trust you enough. Join the Thieves Guild. Maybe we could use you. Why not visit the Southwall Corner Club? Spend some time there, ask around, maybe you'll learn something. Little advice. Alchemists are easy targets for inexperienced thieves. They have far too many ingredients for them to keep an eye on all of them all of the time. A little secret. I'm captain rank in Thieves Guild, and I'd think twice about going down in a Daedric ruin without a crate full of potions and scrolls. Morag Tong. The uninformed associate the Morag Tong with the Dark Brotherhood, a Western Assassin's Guild, but the Morag Tong is the sworn enemy of the Dark Brotherhood, and they couldn't be more different in practice or principle. Yeah, the game's flashing no running allowed sign for real. Orvas Dren is the real power behind the Kamana Tong, Dark Brotherhood. The Morag Tong claims the Dark Brotherhood is a depraved perversion of their ancient law-abiding order of assassins, and the Morag Tong is the sworn enemy of the Dark Brotherhood, Barter. You do not have the good fortune to be a member iios, so you must seek elsewhere for your services. Okay. You say so. You say so. Okay, that's locked. These are just roofs? I bet there are books in those locked houses. Probably, while we're a blarg. Probably. We'll have to come back. Just have to circle back.
Yes, Outlander?
Hello, Drarain Thalos. Cave rat. Though these rats are such a used nuisance, I'm worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you, iios? Anyway, I've got one trapped in my bedroom here, and the other two are in my storage area upstairs. Rats, that is, not pillows. Here's a key for that door. There are at least 3 of these beasts. I hope they haven't gotten into my good pillows. Your journal has been updated. Storage keys added to your inventory. Cave rat, are you going to kill those cave rats for me? Sure. Okay. Okie dokie. She does have a lot of pillows here. You ready? You ready, y'all? We gotta, oh, I see the rat. We actually need to let our stamina recharge. Reminds you of haggling at the flea market on a hot summer day, hot of breath, yeah. Yeah. As a child, I was regularly brought up to the cockpit to visit with the pilots. Yeah, I did it once or twice. I should be thankful because our transportation system here is nowhere near as harrowing as Muni or Bart. Yeah, you get used to it. Holy fuck, okay. I'm just gonna close this door for a wee second. Very good. It has been like tens of hours since we have fought any monsters. Have we traveled outside of Balmora yet? No, Ham. Damn it. Broke. Master's lockpick. Wait, is this the rat quest? It is the rat quest. Yeah, it's like one of the very first quests you even get him. It's like at the very fucking beginning. Kill the rats! Doing it. Stealing stuff. Taking it. Thank you. Yes, it is. It most certainly is, yeah. The 36, well, lucky us. You have gained knowledge from this book. Your long blade skill increased to 40. The 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 20. Lucky us. Look what we found. And that's why you gotta keep your eyes peeled. No, we literally have spent like 10 to 12 hours just reading books, Ham. I'm actually not even fucking with you. You've seen this spreadsheet, right? I think you have. Right? Of all the books we're reading? We're about a third of the way through. Isn't that fun? Don't worry, I know I have your everlasting adoration. Already, the first monster was actually two, having been born twice like his mother-father, Vivek. He was not the mightiest of the 8 to escape Muatra, but his actions were the most worrisome. He was known as Moon Axle, and he harvested the leftover foibles of nature. This he did twice, as was said, and the second harvest always brought ruin or unwritten law. His aspect was faceted, like a polyhedron. No perils are mentioned in the finding of Moon Axle, but it was known that he was immune to spears, so Vivek had to use the sword not held against him. Before he took issue with the monster, the warrior poet asked, "How came you to be immune to spears?" To which Moon Axle replied, "Mine is a dual nature and protean. I am in fact made of many straight lines, though none last too long. In this way I have learned to ignore all true segments." Luckily the sword not held was curved and therefore could cut into Moon Axle, and before the sun was up he was bleeding from many wounds. Vivek did not slay him outright, for to do so would be to keep the foibles of nature within him and not back where they belonged. Soon Vivek traced the geography right again, and Moon Axle was ready to be slain. Vivek rose up in his giant form, to be terrible to look upon. He reached into the west and pulled out a canyon, holding it like a horn. He reached east and ate a handful of Nyx hounds. Blowing their spirits through the canyon made a terrible wail, not unlike an unsolved woman. He said, "Let this overtake you," and Moon Axle was overtaken by the curvatures of stolen souls. They wrapped around the monster like resin until finally he could not move, nor could his dual nature. Vivek said, "Now you are solved," and pierced his child with Muatra. Moon Axle had been reduced to something static, and therefore shattered. The lines of Moon Axle were collected by Velothi philosophers and taken into caves. There, and for a year, Vivek taught the philosophers how to turn the lines of his son into the spokes of mystery wheels. This was the birth of the first whirling school. Before, there had been only been the surface thought of fire. Vivek looked at his first wheeling students and observed, "Alike, the egg-layered universe is this morbid possession of 3 distant coverage, soul-wrecked and alive, like my name is alive. In this cloister you have discovered one walking path, held like a sword, but more coarsened. So edged it is that it has to be whispered to keep the tongue from bleeding, where its signs evacuate their former meanings, like emperors that tarry too long. The sword is estrangement from statesmanship. Look on the estimable lines of my son, now crafted star-wise, his every limb equidistant from the center. Is he solved because I will it so? There cannot be a second stage. Think on the theory that my existence promulgates the 5 elements, and alike the egg-layered universe. I am cause for great density. Here is a thought that can break the wagon's axle. Here is another that can soar." The ending of the words is Alm Sivi. You know, playing this game alone has been worth it alone for the batshit insane writing. What is happening in this? What is happening? Dude, Vivek sounds fucking crazy. What is the deal with that? egg-layered universe, unsolved women, and etc. I'm sorry, she told me that there was another one downstairs.
Outlander, what do you want?
Cave rat. Is it outside? She does have a lot of pillows. Okay, I don't see a way down out here. And I don't see a way down here either. Unless she meant attic. There aren't ceiling hatches, are there? I guess let's go outside and circle around her house. Maybe there's stairs? Like right here? Yeah, confusing Vivek does seem very fitting. There we go. Yes, there's our key. Oh my! Oh, I'm not ready.
Stupid!
Did I say that? Okay. And now we cast spells. Yo, sick. Nice, restoration increase. That's great for us. He blew some Nyx hounds and solved a woman. Something like that. Come on. It's like supposed to be like 1 in 4. Let's just use our magic up because we can rest to get more here. I think they were talking to themselves or something. There we go. Cave rat, take all. Dispose of corpse. Cave rat, take all. Dispose of corpse. Okay. Yeah, we take all of the stuff we can. All of it. Almost all of it. Yeah, we'll take the soul gems. We'll take those. I guess we take paper. I'm not sure. Paper might not actually be that useful. Basket of pillows? Why so many pillows, you crazy person? It's a funny little, like, in-joke. True story, I encountered a rat tonight while walking my dog. The three of us all stopped and stared and didn't know what to do. Did the rat know what to do?
What is this about?
I bet the rat knew what to do. Cave rat. I'll take your word that the cave rats are dead. Here, take these 100 septums. It is what I agreed to pay the Fighters Guild. Success! The rats haven't been back yet, iios. Yeah, you're welcome. Because when I do a job, I do it right, goddammit.
Go ahead.
Okay. Rats is our new save. Here in Morrowind. We have a little bit more Balmora. I feel confident that we will complete Balmora next time on the iios channel. Until then, we're gonna go pick somebody to raid. It was intense. It kind of shivvied into some bushes. I bet your pupper was excited. Like, really excited.
We're crab people now.
You're crab people now. Tap a leg. Welcome.
Yes.
Tape leg, maybe? This is really random, but we raided somebody big last night. Hell with it. We're gonna raid somebody big again tonight. Retro Island Gaming is a really cool channel that plays retro games, and they're playing Ultima Martian Dreams from 1991, and I always thought this was a really goofy Ultimate game. So what the hell? Let's go head over and hang out with Retro Island Gaming. Glad I wasn't a skunk. Yeah, could have been. Dodged, KQ, dodged. We will be back. Hey, Rooktree, it's so good to see you. Yeah, the moment you said cats, it went right out. We'll be back on Thursday, this coming Thursday, in a couple of days for more Morrowind gameplay. I hope to see you there. Do more Kaizo. We'll watch more Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and we'll have more fun times. Cannot wait to see you then. Until then, have a good rest of your night.